Messages. My noise. Active. Dawncaster. Active. Player gold 11. Dawncaster game overlay UI. Game mode. On. Button.
Hey everybody. Welcome back to Dawncaster. And this is going to be the first episode in a series
Button.
regarding
Welcome back. New Leaf Gaming. Button.
Cards. Yes,
direct touch area.
I
Use the roller to enable direct touch for this app.
A whole lot. That is used a whole lot. It's overused a lot, the expression OP. But in this case, since it is, that doesn't mean I want Rick to remove the card. The card is fun. Again, when I find a fun card, it is just a highlight of my gaming day. But anyway, we're going to be playing with OP cards and decks, and hopefully if we find how to make the card even more overpowered and broken, we'll arrange it into a deck all by itself. In this case, I found a card that is absolutely broken. It is so cool, it is so good, not at exploit level broke. Mind you, if it's exploitable, I'll just tell the developer. But no, we're just talking about a card with good old-fashioned ingenuity, Iron Man style ingenuity. Just kidding. You know what I'm saying? Good old-fashioned ingenuity, human intelligence and wisdom, and just thinking out of the box, you know what I'm saying? And just being able to make the card work really well. Of course, you're going to have to pop in Infernal Invasions, which is right now available $5.99. What? Super inexpensive. By the way, folks, developers hardly get paid what it's worth for what they invest in creating, what they create, not to mention maintaining their social media, fixing bugs, staying on top of all the things that Apple wants them to do. So this isn't a transactional app. This is a pretty much free app. But if you want some of the more advanced card sets, you're going to have to go ahead and purchase some of the expansion packs, which are absolutely gorgeous. And again, if you're also a visual person, you'll find some of the most beautiful card art you can ever find in a game. Again, I wish there were more games like Dawncaster, but unfortunately, not a lot of developers have stepped up to the blind and visually impaired accessible arena. I do hope more do. But if you, as a blind and visually impaired person, want to see that happen, you can start off by supporting Dawncaster, which is fully accessible to the blind and visually impaired. But yes, getting back to talking about OP broken cards. This card is so good. It is such a utility unit. This is a unit card, which means it's badass. Yeah, I cursed. So what? I hope they send me to hell. Hey, it's all good. I can do what I want to do on my channel. I'm not monetized. Hey. Anyway, we're going to be doing this series here on Thursdays. Last time I gave you all an extra episode last week. I really appreciated all your response to Infernal Invasions. So you got a bonus episode. And no, I didn't mark it bonus because it really wasn't supposed to be a bonus. It was supposed to be an episode saved for a Thursday, but I forgot and put the release to public. I wasn't going to take it back from y'all after I released it. So yeah, you got a bonus episode last week. You got 2 episodes or whenever you got it. Enjoy. Anyway, this is going to be on my usual Thursdays, TCG Thursdays, and I hope you're going to enjoy this series. Now, this series will mix in with weekly trials and my basic Infernal Invasions playthroughs. Now, what I want to do is either decide if I'm going to do a separate playlist with OP cards, or if I'm going to just put this with the playlist with the multiple classes. I'm all tempted to not make too many more playlists because I can't fill them all up. So this may, for now, just go in with the regular classes I play. Now, I'm going to keep the weekly trials on a separate playlist because that plays entirely different from this playstyle. So also keep in mind, I do not believe Infernal Invasions interacts with weekly trials for now. I'm sure it will in the future, but just letting you know all that. Anyway, we are in the middle of a subscribe-a-thon. So if you are looking to support this channel to get us to 500 subscribers, and I know one of you recently just jumped in if I can get on my email and look at it, I'm going to try to mention folks who just recently subscribed. I'm going to work on it. I'm going to write a list out, but I just want to say thank you so much. I know someone just recently subscribed. The name starts with a C, I think. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Hey, all of you subscribing during my subscribe-a-thon, I really appreciate it, and I'm going to do my very best to mention you when you subscribe. If you're also a blind and visually impaired YouTuber and you want me to subscribe to your channel, please send me in my Discord the name. Don't link it, just write the name of your channel in my Discord, and I will get back to you. And Monarch, if you're listening, don't delete them. I want people who are blind and visually impaired letting me know what their channel is so I can subscribe to it. And folks, I believe in letting content creators let their free flag fly frequently and fairly. And yeah, that is my thing. I'm flexible that way. But anyway, let me know if you're a content creator. Reach out to me on Discord. I'm thinking about card games. Also, hey, if you haven't followed me yet on Instagram, yeah, I'm on IG. I'm dropping divots. Hey, I'll be on Tic-Tac-Toe soon. I'm also on Facebook. My personal social media is now all business social media. So if you wanted to know, no, you're not going to run into family photos for the most part. You may occasionally see some, but for the most part, I am now all business on my Facebook, X, Instagram, and of course I have my Discord community. Thank you to Madness and to Monarch, my moderator. I really appreciate all of you. And also on my lives, I got Heather, also known as the #1 commenter on Game Double Tap. Appreciate you, girl. And I also got my technical support and just, you know, visionary intelligence at Access Ingenuity, dropping in you those non-GAC educational tools, making sure you get the most out of your DOR. Hey, check out her, Queen Angel, Marissa, always doing the best. Hey, tired of getting felt up, tired of GAC everywhere you go, want to get a real job? Hey, check out Access Ingenuity. That'll get you a real job, get a real education, get a real start in life, no matter what your disability is as far as visual impairment is concerned. Hey, check them out. Anyway, that's the best place to go if you want to get up on the next level. The game is Dawncaster. The developer's name is Rick Van Der Wal, W-A-L. I'm now pronouncing their name correctly. I do not know their pronouns. I'm assuming it's a male. But anyway, thank you very much, Rick. I just call him Rick. All right, but yeah, definitely pick up the game. It is just one of the best games. Again, one of a couple of games I play every single day. I don't always record everything I play because sometimes I'm laying on my back with a beer and I'm on my bed farting and just chilling and hanging out and just enjoy. What? You know how we do it, folks. You know how we do it. Let me get my stuff together here. All right. I just want to get all my gear here together. We got our buttons. We got all the things we need to make this a magical, successful recording day. Thank you very much for coming here on Subscribe-a-thon. I appreciate you. This is going to be a nice, luscious, long recording. My TCG Thursdays, they are definitely designed for you to just play them. Here's how you do it. Step 1. Get my playthroughs on your tablet or your iPad, on your phone, while you're doing something else while you're playing. Step 2. Put it on a playlist. Step 3. Go ahead and shuffle. Step 4, even when you go to the restroom or you go out of your house, plug me in and just let me play. Let that YouTube algorithm sink in and just deliciously touch all your GAC bits and just let it flow. Let the space flow. Yes, let it flow in there any way it needs to flow. You know what I'm saying? And then, hey, if you want to like the video, you're just a sweetheart. And as you know, every time any video gets 10 likes, if I see a couple of videos in a week get a combination of 10 likes, you unlock a bonus episode. So you're helping yourself. You can also comment. Please blow up the comments anytime you can. I don't care what comments you make. You even say hi. That's totally cool. You can join all my social media. And of course, during the subscribe-a-thon, the most important thing you can do is subscribe. So I just want to thank you very much. Thank you to Rick. Appreciate you. Amazing new expansion. Infernal Invasion. Just absolutely sick. And of course, my partner in 2025 and before, My Noise. You know, that's where you can really let your content creator freak flag fly fairly and flexibly. You can swing by My Noise, which you can find a link to in my description, and you can just create all these groovy tunes, these strange soundscapes, stuff to make your life amazing. My Noise, my partner in the workplace as well as in my personal life. Hey, create that space and soundscape that can make your dreams come true. My Noise is completely accessible to the blind and visually impaired. They get a free commercial because they are kind, very kind. Yes. Got our Dawncaster coffee. I realize that we are mostly a podcast here, mostly a very active podcast. I'm going to send my shout outs for all my stuff I'm doing in my personal life. I really like Venom Last Dance. If you haven't checked it out on Netflix, I'm not sponsored, it was amazing. Venom Last Dance was a badass movie. For a free movie on my Netflix, it was so fucking good. Go check it out. Venom Last Dance. Marvel. It's Sony in association with Marvel. So fucking good. Please don't end the Venom series. That was so good. I really enjoyed that shit. That was good. What else am I working on? Checking out a podcast on Audible, not sponsored. It's called, it's like true crime. It's a true crime podcast. Oh my fucking God, this guy speaks so well. Him and his partner, they're so good. I want to do a podcast so bad. It's kind of what I do here, but their podcast is so well done, so clean, so perfect. It's really good. It's scary, some of the people that they have these inside informations about. It's so good. It's on Audible. It's free. It's a podcast. Also, Kiki in Paris. Ooh la la. It's so good. If you like eroticism, oh man, it's so good. And it's free. What am I doing on Bard? On Bard, I've been all over the place. I found this new superhero. Like, he's not a superhero. He's like a spy / assassin. I can't think of the name of it. When I get the name of it, I'll let you know, but it's on Bard, because I know I cover everything. It's so good. I gotta rewatch the end. It ended, but I want to rewatch it again. But it's super good. Again, it's kind of similar to the Orphan series, Orphan X. I don't know if any of you watch and listen to Orphan X. Oh, love the Orphan X series, but this one's similar to Orphan X, and it looks like it's going to be absolutely fantastic. Again, I'm a huge fan of these kind of like spy series. They're absolutely amazing. Sending a shout out to Queen Angel. She's not feeling too hot today. Sorry, baby, I love you. Hope you feel better. She has a little bit of an ailment. A status ailment? What? No. Stop it, Douglas. God, such a troll. Yes, she's not feeling too hot today. She should visit her primary care. Take care of that. She'll be feeling much better. I got her a little treat to reward her. So, Queen Angel is very supportive of the channel. Also want to thank some of my channel friends. Those of you who've been blowing me up on Facebook, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Hey, I just really appreciate that. Thank you so much for For those of you who are responding to my tags, thank you so much on Facebook. That is super awesome of you. Thank you so much. For those of you liking my Instagram reels, I appreciate you so much. That is just super cool. Yeah, things are going really good. The Subscribe-a-thon is just launched. We're having a good amount of time. We have a few channel issues that we're working through, but hey, other than that, I'm just gonna have fun. I'm not gonna worry about it, you know? Anyway, I did go off on our usual chat. Let's talk about the most overpowered card for this week. Here it is.
Player health 96. Player gold 11. Player health show deck. Cards currently in deck 14.
Let me show you the card.
Use weapon power voracious weapon activated show deck. Cursed puzzle box. Swap the cost of the puzzle box with the ring of power. Boots of speed. Neutral repel. Int STR blessed strike. Int STR1. Make profane shell. Radiant maze. Radiant maze. Radiant maze. Radiant maze. Radiant power. Radiant power. Int STR1. Delta search if you have an active equipment. Copy the search utility. Common.
Radiant power. Just a freaking absolute unit of a utility card.
Radiant power. Int STR1. Delta search if you have an active equipment. Copy the search utility. Common.
Okay, it's so short. It's so simple. It's so sweet. Yet it's stupid good. Because this card is so good. Because all you have to do to make this card work is to equip something. So you equip something, then you get to choose from 3 different surge cards. All right, you're like, why is this so good? Because we got Crown of Unity. Yeah, Crown of Unity is great, but it's a 2-cost card. It's got to come up, and then after it comes up, you use it, it's fine. You get 5 uses. But this card, we can make this card cost nothing by using Cursed Puzzle Box, giving this card a 0 cost. So now this card gives us 2 energy for free at no cost. And I run 2 of these in my deck. Now, what you do is activate the card, pay its cost, of course, choose the energy you want. I choose strength because guess what? Because I got benevolence, so I get an extra 2 healing. And sometimes I have war priest, I get an extra 2 healing. So you're getting like 5 healing from 1 card. Oh, it's so broken. And then, so you get the energy, and you're getting all this free energy. And so, yeah.
Radiant power. Int STR1. Delta search if you have an active equipment. Copy the search utility. Common.
It's just so good. And it copies it, so you get 2. So that's potentially 1 healing potion. An unempowered, a non-powered up healing potion. So it is giving you 10 healing with the proper talents. It's absolutely just ridiculous. Donkey Kong pants, banana spaz pants. It's banana hammock and the mammock. It's goofy. It's just straight up goofy. I love it. It doesn't feel like it's that powerful, but once you start playing it, it's a whole game in itself. It's it's crazy. Anyway, I'm gonna play it today. You'll get a feel for it. I'll slow down and talk about it as I find something, just a memorable combo to talk about. I am playing with Infernal Invasions on, and I am playing the Knight. I'm kind of leaning away from Holy because I'm having more fun with just raw damage. All right, and I've also got
Radiant Maze. +3, neutral 1, deal *6 damage, gain holy and critical hit every 0/3, attacks divine, common, Radiant Maze, deal, damage 3, damage, gain holy and critical hit every, card value, /3, attacks.
Radiant Maze is really fun. It's really strong. It's really solid. It feels good. It has a very good feel to it. So I'm going to be running Radiant Mace. I'm going to be powering it up at the blacksmith. I'm going to be doing everything I can with Cursed Puzzle Box to make its cost 0. Oh, I am really enjoying this deck right now. All right, so you kind of came in when I was already through the first part. So I did already complete 1 zone, and I'm going to be on zone 2.
Radiant Maze, Radiant Maze, Radiant Maze, Radiant Maze, Radiant Surge, close deck list, show deck, cards currently in deck 14.
We got 14 cards in our deck. Let's go ahead and move on.
Show deck, use weapon power voracious character info, enemy aura, enraged, start of turn, gain 1 anger, settings. Campsite A brief respite from the mini-boss matriarch Daisy Run. Crimson Bloodhound A demonic hound is on your trail.
We're dealing with all the bandits.
Player gold 11. Player health 96.
Our health is looking really good, so we can save the campsites. I'm looking to get a couple legendary cards to trade away. Right now, we have the power to destroy cards. If we destroy a card, we get 5 health. I'd actually like to get a void card, because void cards are really cool. Because with void cards, they cost life, and if you break them, they come right back and they get stronger. So I actually am going to put a void card in my deck next time I play this deck. The way I set up this deck, it wasn't really optimal. When I do it again, and I will do it again because I really love this build, it's going to be even better. But again, there's no guarantee I'll get a cursed puzzle box. The cursed puzzle box is just epic. You don't get it very often. And when you do, be happy you got it.
Enemy aura. Settings. Campsite A brief respite from the perils of adventure. Mini-boss matriarch Daisy Runner-up. Crimson Bloodhound A demonic hound is on your trail. Mini-boss matriarch Daisy Runner-up into the Bright Kennel Club Dog Show.
I'm going to kill Daisy real quick.
Enemy gains Enraged Enchantment. Enemy gains Bloodsent Enchantment. Furiated to your deck. Your turn. Character info. Profane Shell. Imp STR1. Convert one of your afflictions to barrier. Draw a card. Action. Common. Barrier. When dealt damage, take 1 less damage per stack of barrier. Barrier does not fade and can be dispelled.
I've been having a lot of fun with Profane Barrier. I've been never really using Profane Barrier very well. I really never used it well, and I'm now starting to finally understand how to use it. And basically what you do with it is wait for yourself to get hit with a bunch of afflictions, and then you use this to scoop them all up and turn them all into barrier. It's that simple, and it's beautiful. Again, there's a lot of pieces coming together today.
Character info. Profane Shell. Radiant Maze. +3. New Radiant Maze. Radiant Power. Imp STR. Blessed Strike. Imp STR1. Make a basic attack. Gain a random blessing with 2 stacks. Enemy status. Enraged. Blessed Strike. Radiant Power. Radiant Maze. +3. Enemy take 6. Radiant Power. Imp STR1. Tell the search if you have an active equipment. Copy the search. Action. Common.
Radiant Mace.
Blessed Strike. Imp STR1. Make a basic attack. Gain a random. Radiant Power. Imp STR. Radiant Maze. Enemy take 6.
Yeah, I don't want to get too complex. Again, with a night deck, you don't want to get too complicated. You want to just good, clean, solid, crunchy strikes. Finish your enemy, and then at the end of the battle, you could probably heal up a little bit.
Profane Shell. Character info. End turn. End turn. Enemy turn. Enemy playing cards. Thrashing. You take 4 damage. You gained 1 pin stack. Bloodbite. You take 5 damage. Enemy heals 5. Enemy gained 1 anger stacks. Your turn. End turn. Character info. Boots of speed. Neutral 1. Radiant Maze. +4. Disabled. Deal star 14 star damage. Gain holy and critical hit every 2/3. Attacks. Cursed. Divine basic attack. Common. Radiant Maze. Deal. Damage 3. Damage. Gain holy and critical hit every. Card value. /3. Attacks.
When you put on your Boots of Speed or any other 1 cost piece of equipment, that's what you need to start the combo to get Radiant Power to work correctly. Just do not use up all of the uses of your equipment. Make sure you leave at least 1 stack left.
Radiant Power. Disabled.
Or have a utility
STR1. Tell the
belt.
search if you... Radiant Maze. Radiant Power. Disabled.
There it
I
is.
can't play this card right now.
Oh, I forgot. She, of course, loves to freaking hit you with...
Repel. Disabled. Radiant Maze. Player status. Player status. Boots of speed. Player status. Pinned. Stacks 1
She
while
loves
pinned.
to
Only the
pin
leftmost
you.
and rightmost. Player status. Boot. Radiant Maze. +4. Bonus. Enemy takes 14. Radiant Power. Disabled.
But that's
Imp
not gonna
STR1.
stop
Tell
me.
the search if you have an character info. Radiant Power. Bonus. Imp STR. Select card. Search of dexterity. Gain dex and conjure a basic attack. Action. Common. Conjure. Creates a temporary card that is removed
Now,
after
I
combat.
get 2
Search of
uses
intellect.
of this
Gain
card.
Search of strength.
Excuse
Gain
me,
SDR
I
and 1
get
health.
2
Action.
energy.
Common. Search of strength. Gain SDR and repel. Disabled. Imp STR1. Gain 2 barrier for every card in your hand. Action. Character info. Repel. Imp STR1. Gain 2 barrier for every card in your hand. Action. Uncommon. Barrier.
will
When dealt
take
damage. I don't have enough energy to play this. Radiant
have
Maze.
enough.
+3. Disabled. Surge of strength. Disabled. Surge of strength. Gain SDR and 1 health. You heal 1 health. Character info.
Of course, she's blocking me with pins, so...
Repel. Imp STR1. Gain 2 barrier for every card in your hand. Action. Radiant Maze. +3. Disabled. Neutral. Repel. Imp ST. You gain 4 barrier stacks.
I've been using barrier with my knight because I got rid of the block. You do have to have some form of defense to survive in this game.
Character info. Radiant Maze. +3. Neutral 1. Deal star. Enemy takes 6. Character info. Surge of strength. Gain SD. You heal 1 health. Player status. Pinned. Player status. Boots of speed. Player status. Pinned. Player status. Boots of speed. Stacks 3 activate to gain. You gain 1 haste stacks. Player health 89. Show deck. Player end turn. Enemy turn. Enemy playing cards. Blood bite. You take 6 damage. Enemy heal 6. Enemy gain 1 anger stacks.
Yeah,
Your
she
turn.
just heals.
End turn. Character info. Surge of strength. Gain SDR and 1 health. You heal 1 health. Cursed puzzle box. Swap the cost of the puzzle box with the card in hand.
Yeah.
It becomes cursed.
Puzzle
Cursed.
box,
Artifact.
baby.
Legendary. Treasure. This card
One
is part of the
my
treasure pool and can be found through
absolute
various
favorite
events.
cards and
Unique. You can
one
only
of
play one card with this name for
Luther's
combat.
favorite toys,
All
the
enchantments are
cursed
unique.
puzzle box.
Cursed.
He
Cursed
plays
cards
with
can't be
it
transmuted or
all
removed
the
from your deck.
time. Just turn in cards from high cost to no cost.
Character info. Cursed puzzle box. Surge of intellect. Gain INT and Ring of Power. Randomly Fury. Gain 1 anger, take 1 damage, draw a card. Conjuration. Player status. Boots of speed. Stacks 2 act. Cursed puzzle box. Surge of intellect. Gain INT and 1 folk. Ring of Power. Randomly Fury. Gain 1 anger, take 1 damage, draw a card. Conjuration. Common. Anger. Increases the damage. Ring of Fury. Gain 1 anger. You gain 1 anger stats. You take 1 damage. You heal 3 health. Puzzle box. Swap the Surge of intellect. Gain INT and 1 folk. Ring of. You gain 1 focus stacks. Repel. Int STR1. Gain 2
There it
barrier
is.
for every card in your hand. Action.
I can turn
Uncommon.
this into
Barrier.
0
When dealt
cost.
damage. Player status. Boots of speed. Repel. Int
Yeah.
STR1. Gain 2
turn
barrier
this
for
into
every
0
card. Ring of
cost.
power. Cursed puzzle box. Ring of power. Cursed puzzle box. You gain cursed puzzle box enchantment. Select card.
Wait,
Ring of
cursed
power.
puzzle box?
Randomly deal star 6 star. Repel. Int STR1. Gain 2 barrier for every card in your hand. Action. Uncommon.
Take away
Barrier.
all the
When dealt
cost of
damage.
this
Take
and
1 less
turn it
damage per stack
into
of barrier.
just 0.
Barrier. Ring of. Repel. Int STR. Ring of power. Randomly deal star 6 star damage. Inflict 5. Enemy gain 5 frozen
I
stats.
love cursed puzzle box.
Player status. Boots of speed. Repel. Gain 2 barrier for every card in your hand. Player status. Boots of speed. Stacks 2 act. Player status. Anger. Stack. Player status. Boot character info.
I need to turn repel into a persistent card because it's just not very effective the way I just used it. It's a better card to have when you have a full hand.
Character info. Player status. Player status. Anger. Player health 86. Show deck. Player energy. End turn. Enemy turn.
Almost out of
Enemy
coffee.
playing card. Blood bite. You take 2 damage. Enemy heals 2. Thrashing. You take 2 damage. You gained 1 pin stacks. Blood howl. You gain 6 doom stacks. Enemy gains blood howl enchantment. Enemy gained 1 anger stacks. Your turn. End turn. Character info. Radiant maze. +4. Deal star 8 star damage. Radiant power. Disabled. Radiant maze. +3. Disabled. Profane shell. Disabled. Blessed strike. STR1. Make a basic attack. Gain player status. Doom. Blessed strike. Enemy takes 2. You gain 2 haste stacks. You gained 1 chain stacks.
Well, that was nice. Got haste. Haste is one of the better blessings.
Radiant maze. +4. Bonus. Enemy takes 16. Radiant power. Disabled. STR1. Character info. Radiant power. Bonus. STR1. Dealt. Select card. Surge of dexterity. Surge of strength. Radiant maze. +3. Disabled. Neutral 1. Deal star 7 star damage. Gain holy and critical hit every 0/3. Attack.
That's the
Divine basic attack.
sound for
Common.
Radiant power.
maze. Deal. Character info. Radiant maze. +3. Neutral 1. Deal star 7 star damage. Gain holy. Character. Radiant maze. +3. Neutral 1. Enemy takes 5. Character info. Profane shell. Bonus. STR1. You gained 1 barrier stacks.
I think he can take away pin even. Let me check.
Surge of strength. Radiant maze. Player status. Boots of speed. Stacks 2 activate to gain 1 haste and reduce the cost of the leftmost card in your hand
That
by 1.
card's so powerful it can remove pin.
Radiant maze.
Don't
+3.
quote me,
Deal
though.
star. Player status. Boots of speed. Player status. Boots of speed. Stacks 2 activate to gain 1 haste. You gain 1 haste stat. Surge of strength. Gain. You heal 1 health. Surge of strength. Get character info. Surge of strength. You heal 1 health. Radiant maze. Character info. Radiant maze. +3. Deal star 7 star damage. Enemy takes 5. Player status. Boots of speed. Stacks 1 activate to gain 1 haste. Character info. End turn. Enemy turn. Enemy playing cards. Blood howl. You gain 6 doom stacks. Enemy gains blood howl enchantment. Thrashing. You take 6 damage. You gained 1 pin stacks. Enemy gained 1 anger stacks.
I got a
Your turn.
pin again.
End turn. Character info. Radiant power. Bonus. STR1. Delve a surge. Select card. Surge of dexterity. Gain surge of intellect. Surge of strength. Radiant maze. +3. Disabled. Neutral 1. Deal profane shell. Disabled. STR1. Radiant maze. +3. Bonus. Neutral. Enemy takes 13. Character info. Profane shell. Bonus. STR1.
Yeah,
Convert 1 of your
I think
afflictions to
this
barrier.
can-
Draw a card.
I'm
Action.
gonna see
Common.
if I
Barrier.
have
When dealt
pin,
damage. Take
and
1
I'm
less
gonna
damage per
see
stack
if
of barrier.
Profane Shell
Barrier does
can
not fade.
remove it.
Surge of strength. Disabled. Surge of strength. Player status. Pinned. Stacks 1 while pinned.
Okay,
Only the
we
leftmost
got
and
one
rightmost cards in
stack
hand can be
pin.
played. Last 1 round per
Let's see
stack.
if Profane Shell can remove it.
Surge of strength. Profane shell. Bonus. STR. You gain 3 barrier stacks.
Okay, let's check.
Surge of radiant maze. Player status. Pinned. Stacks 1 while pinned.
No.
Only the leftmost and rightmost cards in
It
hand can be
can't
played.
remove pin.
Last 1
I
round per
thought
stack.
so. Yeah, there's only a couple cards that can remove pin.
Radiant maze. Player status. Pinned. Radiant maze. +3. Neutral 1. Enemy takes 6. Surge of strength. Neutral 1. You heal 1 health. Character info. Surge of intellect. You gain 1 focus stacks. Surge of strength. You heal 1 health. Character info. Surge of strength. You heal 1 health. Player status. Player status. Pinned. Player status. Boots of speed. Stacks 1 activate to gain 1 haste and reduce the cost of the leftmost. Player status. Pinned. Stacks 1 while pinned. Character info. End turn. Player energy. End turn.
Yeah,
Enemy
you get
turn.
so much energy.
Enemy
with
playing
this
cards.
deck. It's
Blood Hollow.
just
You gain 6 Doom stacks. Enemy gains Blood Hollow enchantment.
ridiculous.
Thrashing. You take 8 damage. You gained 1 pin stacks. Enemy gained 1 anger stacks. Your turn. End turn. Character info. Ring of Power. Randomly deal star 6 star damage. Enemy gain 5 frozen stacks. Radiant Maze. +4. Disabled. Deal star. Blessed Strike. Disabled. Radiant Maze. +3. Neutral 1. Enemy take 6. Repel. Gain 2 barrier for every card in your hand. Cursed. Action. Uncommon. Barrier. When Radiant Maze. +4. Disable. Repel. You gain 4 barrier stacks. Radiant Maze. Plus Blessed Strike. STR1. Enemy takes 7. You gain 2 ward stacks. Victory. Next.
Nice.
Next. Next.
Blessed Strike is good. I wish it gave you a few more blessings. And I don't like cards that copy your basic attack because they're weaker. They're just your basic attack. So they're just basic, you know what's. So anyway, I prefer if those cards would be able to be upgraded so that they were upgraded. I wish those cards would upgrade right alongside your base weapon.
Character info. Player gold 11. Enemy status. Enraged. Start of player gold 11. Character info. Next. Show deck. Card player health 73.
73 health. We're doing okay in health. Money's a little low. We did visit the blacksmith, but we do need money. I do believe we have Headhunter. I don't recall.
Enemy status. Settings. Settings. Enemy status. Enemy status. Enemy status. Enemy status. Enemy status. Enraged. Player health 73. Player health 70. Player health. Show deck. Next. You gain 9 gold. Select a card to add to your deck. Skippable. Skip rewards. Character info. Player gold 20. Enemy status. Stonewall. STR1. Gain 3 armor on draw. Increase the next armor gained by 3. Action. Common. Armor. When dealt damage, take 1 less damage per stack of armor. Armor fades at the start of the turn. On draw. On draw effects trigger whenever the card is drawn from your deck.
I like Stonewall. Stonewall's a great card. I don't really want it to log up my deck though.
Polish. Neutral 1. Gain 3 armor for each type of energy you have. 3. Gain a blessing based on the energy spent. Action. Common. Armor. When dealt damage, take 1 less damage per stack of armor. Armor fades at the start of the turn. Anger. Increases the damage dealt by actions by 1 per stack of anger. Evasion. When dealt melee damage, reduce the first damage taken to 0, then decrease evasion by 1. Evasion fades at the start of the turn. Focus. When you foretell, reveal 1 more card for every 3 stacks. At the start of the round, draw 1 additional card for every 6 stacks. Ward. Whenever you gain an affliction, prevent that affliction and lower your ward by 1 instead. Fades at the start of the turn.
This is a good card.
Stonewall. Polish. Neutral 1. Gain 3 armor for each type of energy you have. 3. Gain a blessing based on the energy spent. Action.
So,
Stonewall. STR1. Gain 3 armor on draw. Increase the next armor gained by 3. Direct touch area. Polish. Neutral 1. Gain. Seismic Slam. STR2. Deal 8 damage. Add Stonewall to deck.
I think I might use Polish. Polish is pretty good. I'll get 9 armor out of that. And that could be a good defensive card. Let's go for it.
Add Polish to deck. Enemy status. Frozen. Stone. Exploration. Block. Player health 70. Use weapon power. Voracious weapon. Crimson Bloodhound AD. Settings. Campsite A brief. Crimson Cannoneer. Just hold still will you. Crimson Bloodhound A demonic hound is on your trail.
I want to get rid of all the dogs. They're so annoying, so let's kill them all.
Enemy gains Bloodsmith enchantment. You add it to your deck.
All
At your
the
turn.
doggos
Enemy
are
status. Bloodsmith.
extremely
Radiant
annoying.
Maze. +3. Neutral
I don't
1.
like
Deal star
buffs.
6 star damage. Gain holy and critic. Radiant power. STR1. Deal the surge if you have Surge of Strength. Neutral 1. You heal 1 health. Radiant Maze. +3. Neutral. Enemy status. Bloodsmith. At Radiant Maze. Radiant Maze. Radiant power. Radiant Maze. Character info. Radiant Maze. Plus. Enemy takes 6. Radiant Maze. +3. Enemy takes 6. Enemy status. Radiant Maze. Radiant power. Character info. End turn. End turn. Enemy turn. Enemy playing cards. Bloodbite. You take 5 damage. Enemy heals 5. Your turn. Character info. Surge of intellect. Gain INT and 1 focus. Blessed Strike. Int STR1. Surge of intellect. Blessed. You gain 1 focus stat. Radiant Maze. Plus Profane Shell. Int STR1. Convert 1 of your afflictions. Radiant power. Int STR1. Player status. Focus. Radiant. Profane Shell. Int STR1. Radiant power. Int STR1. Profane Shell. Int Radiant Maze. Plus enemy takes 14. Profane Shell. Int STR1. Blessed Strike. Int STR1. Enemy takes 3. You gain 2 regenerate stacks. You gained 1 chain stacks. Character info. Profane Shell. Int Radiant power. Int player status. Focus. Stacks 1 when you player health 69. Show deck. Player end turn. Enemy turn. End turn. Enemy playing cards. Bloodbite. You take 5 damage. Enemy heals 5. Your turn. End turn. Character info. Repel. Gain 2 barrier for every card in your hand. Cursed. Action. Ring of power. Randomly deal 5. Cursed puzzle box. Boots of speed. New cursed puzzle box. Int STR1. Swap the cost of the puzzle box with the card in hand. It becomes cursed. Ring of cursed puzzle box. Int STR1. Swap. Ring of power. Randomly deal cursed puzzle box. Boots of speed. Neutral 1. Activate to gain Polish. Neutral 1. Gain 3. Player status. Focus. Stack Polish. Boots of speed. Neutral 1. Activate cursed puzzle box. Ring of power. Randomly deal 5 damage. Repel. Gain 2 barrier for every card in your hand. Cursed. Character info. Repel. Gain 2 barrier for every card in your hand. Character info. Repel. Gain 2 barrier for every card in your hand. Cursed. Action. Uncommon. Barrier. When dealt damage, you gain 8 barrier stacks. Ring of power. Randomly deal 5 damage. Enemy gain 5 frozen stacks. Boots of speed. Neutral 1. Polish. Neutral 1. Gain player status. Polish. Neutral 1. Gain 3 armor for each type of energy you have. 2. Gain a blessing based on the energy. You gain 6 armor stacks. You gained 1 focus stacks. Cursed puzzle box. Int STR1. Swap the cost of the player status. Focus. Cursed puzzle. Character info. End turn.
Yeah, we didn't have a good opportunity
Enemy turn.
to
Enemy playing
use the
card.
cursed
Blood
puzzle
bite.
box
You block the
that
damage. Your turn.
We will though. Don't worry.
End turn. Character info. Cursed puzzle box. Int STR1. Swap the cost of the
Wow,
puzzle
came
box with
up
the card in
fast
hand.
this time.
It becomes Polish. Neutral 1. Gain Surge of Intellect. Gain INT and
There
1
it
focus.
is.
Action.
We'll
Comment.
trade it with
Focus.
the
When you
energy
foretell.
surge.
Reveal Polish. Neutral 1. Cursed puzzle box. You gain cursed puzzle box enchantment. Select card. Polish. Neutral. Surge of Intellect. Gain INT and 1 focus. Polish. Neutral 1.
That's
Gain 3
perfect.
armor for each type of
Now,
energy you have.
next time
2.
we use a cursed
Gain a blessing
puzzle
based on
box,
the
we'll
energy
make
spent.
something a
Action.
Zerocast
Comment.
card.
Armor. Surge of Intellect. Int STR1. Ring of. You gained 1 focus stacks. Radiant Maze. Plus. Ring of Power. Enemy takes 5. Player status. Focus. Radiant Maze. Plus 3. Neutral 1. Enemy takes 6. Polish. Neutral 1. Gain 3 armor for each type of energy you have. 2. Gain a blessing based. You gain 6 armor stacks. You gained 1 anger stacks. Player status. Boots of speed. Player status. Player status. Boots of speed. Stacks reactivate to. You gained 1 haste stack. Player status. Character info. End turn.
This deck's gonna have so
Enemy
much
turn.
energy, it's not even funny.
Enemy playing cards. Blood bite. You block the damage. Your turn.
That's why I put the
End turn.
armor card in there, polish, because that's just gonna give us even more defense because we don't have a lot of defense yet.
Character info. Fury. Gain 1 anger. You gained 1 anger stacks. You take 1 damage. You heal 3 health.
Yes, our Fury cards heal us for 3, -1, so that's 2. And if we get Benevolence, it'd go up to +4. And if we get War Priest, it'd go up to maybe, I think, +6.
Radiant Maze. Plus 4. Bonus. Radiant Power. Bonus. Surge of Strength.
Okay, we
Radiant
got
Power.
Radiant Power
Bonus.
up.
Select card.
So
Surge
now
of
we're gonna
Dexterity.
start popping.
Gain Dex and conjure a basic attack. Action. Surge of Intellect. Surge of Strength. Surge of Strength. Surge of Strength. Neutral 1. Gain SDR and 1. Repel. Gain 2 barrier for every card in your hand. Cursed. Surge of Strength. Gain SD. Surge of Strength. Player status. Focus. Surge of Strength. Surge of Strength. Repel. Gain. Surge of Strength. Neutral. Radiant Maze. Plus 4. Bonus. Radiant Power. Bonus. Delve a surge if you have an active equipment. Copy the surge. Select card. Surge of Dexterity. Surge of Surge of Strength.
I'm
Gain
waiting
SDR and
for-
1 health. Action.
I'm not
Comment.
going to activate Repel until I have the most cards possible in my hand. Also, I think this Repel is a great card to use with strategists. There's multiple ways to increase your hand size. During Infernal Invasions, there's actually an offer that increases your hand size. Now, I don't know if you can combine it with your talents, but it's just awesome.
Surge of Intellect. Surge of Strength. Surge of Strength. Radiant Maze. Plus 4. Bonus.
I'll find out.
Deal star
I'll let you
16
know.
star damage. Character info. Radiant Maze. Plus 4. Bonus. Surge of Strength. Repel. You gain 12 barrier stats. Surge of Strength.
I love
Gain
building
SDR
up
and 1
this
health.
barrier.
Action.
It's like a
Comment.
little mini game in itself.
Surge of Strength. Neutral 1. Gain SDR and 1 health. Curse. You heal 1 health. Surge of Strength. Gain SDR. Surge of Strength. Surge of Strength. You heal 1 health. Surge of Strength. Surge of Strength. Surge of Strength. You heal 1 health. Surge of Strength. Surge of Strength. Surge of Strength. You heal 1 health. Player status. Surge of Strength. Player status. Surge of Strength. Gain SDR and 1
I know,
health.
it's stupid,
Action.
right?
Comment. Player stat. Surge of Strength. You
I'm
heal 1 health. Character info.
Sucking up so much energy.
Radiant Maze. Plus 4. Enemy takes 16. Player status. Victory.
And I can't-
Next.
It's
Next.
just
Next.
so. This deck's so broken. It's so fun. Oh my god. I'm having so much fun.
Character info. Player gold 20. Next.
I just need to get some money, and I need to get. Need to solidify my defense a little bit.
Show deck. Cards currently in deck 15.
Need some healing, and then I can probably bang with the big boys.
Player health 70. Show deck. Cards currently in deck. Player health 71. Player health 71. Show deck. Next. You gain 4 gold. Select a card to add to your deck. Skippable. Skip
Yes.
rewards.
Again, I'm looking for ways to improve this deck.
Enemy status. Safeguard. Int STR1. Gain 1 ward. Draw a card free when conjured. Magic action. Common.
is
Ward.
good.
Whenever you gain an affliction, prevent that affliction and lower your ward by 1 instead.
Ward's
Fades at the start of the
good.
turn.
It does prevent problems, but I have cards that get rid of problems.
Halo of Conviction. Int STR1. Whenever you bury a card, gain 1 seal. Memorized. Divine
I'm not
enchantment.
looking to
Common.
do zeal.
Seal. Your
Zeal
divine actions
is
deal additional
too
damage for each seal.
painful.
At the start of the turn, take damage equal to
If
your
you
seal.
had a good
Unique.
zeal
You can
deck,
only play
let
1
me
card with this
know.
name per combat. All enchantments are unique. Memorized.
burns
This card
out
always
too
starts at the
fast
top
for
of your
me.
deck. Refracture. Int STR1. Deal 4 damage. Repeat for every type of energy you have. 3. Divine action. Common. Halo of Conviction. Refracture. Int STR1. Deal 4 damage. Repeat for every type of energy you have. 3. Divine action. Common.
This should do 12 damage. I don't know if I want to play with Refracture. I don't really need it.
Add safeguard to deck. Refracture. Int STR1. Deal 4 damage. Repeat for every type of energy you have. 3. Divine action. Common. Int STR1. Whenever you safeguard. Int STR. Halo of Conviction. Int STR1. Whenever you bury a card, gain 1 seal. Memorized. Safeguard. Int STR1. Gain 1 ward. Draw a card free when conjured. Magic action. Common. Ward. Whenever you gain an
It's
affliction,
free
prevent that
when
affliction and
it's
lower your ward by 1 instead.
conjured.
Enemy status. Safeguard. Int STR1. Gain 1 ward, draw a card free when conjured. Magic action. Common. Ward. Whenever you
it's
gain an affliction,
conjured, you
prevent
get
that
to draw
affliction and
a
lower
free
your ward by 1
card.
instead. Fades at the start
I
of the
don't
turn.
know if playing a card just for a ward is important to me. Though there are some pretty freaky enemies in the game now, so it might be useful. I'll have to find out if that's going to work for me.
Settings. Settings. Add refracture to deck. Add halo of conviction to add safeguard to deck.
I'm going to skip it.
Add halo of conviction. Add safeguard to deck. Refracture. Int halo of conviction. Safeguard. Int
I
STR1.
should
Gain 1 ward, draw a
grab-
card free when conjured.
I
Magic
actually
action.
should
Common.
grab a few
Ward.
cards
Whenever you gain
so
an
I can
affliction,
destroy
prevent that
them.
affliction and lower your ward by 1 instead.
Check my
Fades
deck.
at enemy status. Player goal 24. Character info. Skip rewards. Show deck. Cards currently in deck
Because I
15.
want to blow up cards anyway.
Skip reward. Show deck. Cards. Cursed puzzle box. Swap the cost of the puzzle box with Ring of Power. Randomly deal 5 damage. Inflict 5 boots of speed. Neutral. Repel. Gain 2 barrier for every card in your hand. Boots of speed. Repel. Gain 2 barrier for every card in your Blessed Strike. Int STR1. Make a Polish. Neutral 1. Gain Profane Shell. Int STR1. Convert Radiant Maze. +3. Neutral 1. Deal star 6 star damage. Radiant Maze. +3. Neutral
just
1.
need to make
Deal
a
star 6 star
whole
damage. Gain holy and critical hit every.
costless
0/3. Attacks divine.
Get
Common.
righteousness
Radiant
and
Maze.
just
Heal.
draw
Damage
every
3.
card in
Damage
my
gain holy
deck
and critical hit
every
every.
turn.
Card. Radiant Maze. +3. Neutral 1. Radiant Maze. Radiant Power. Radiant Power. Int Surge of Intellect. Int Surge of Strength. Neutral
I
1.
just need
Gain SDR and 1
righteousness.
health. Cursed Utility.
Or
Common.
some kind of memory game. I need to play the memory game. That's a really fun deck too, where you just draw every card that isn't memorized. It's just so easy to draw your whole deck. I don't know. I've got a lot of possibilities.
Close deck list. Surge of Strength. Close deck list. Show deck. Cards currently in deck 15. Enemy status. Safeguard. Int STR1. Gain 1 ward, draw a card. Halo of Conviction. Int
I think I
STR1.
might
Whenever you
just
vary a
get
card,
Safeguard
gain 1 seal.
because
Memorized.
I
Divine
need a card to
Enchantment.
blow
Common.
up.
Refracture. Add safeguard to deck.
I'm going to add safeguard.
Enemy status.
I don't
Hudson.
have an issue
Safe.
with
Exploration.
cards in my
Radiant
deck right
Player
now.
goal 24.
Because my special power allows me to destroy a card and get 5 health.
Settings. Settings. Campsite A brief bandit camp looks like you. Crimson Bloodhound A demonic hound is on your trail.
I'm going to deal with all these freaking dogs.
Character in Crimson Bloodhound A demonic hound is on your trail. Enemy gains Bloodsent enchantment. You add it to your deck. At your turn. Enemy status. Bloodsent. At the
I want
Radiant Maze.
all you dogs
+3.
gone.
Neutral 1. Deep Surge of Intellect. Int STR1. Gain INT and 1 focus. Cursed. Cursed puzzle box. Swap the
Okay,
cost of the puzzle box with the card in hand.
box.
If it Surge of Cursed puzzle box. Swap the
Zero
cost of the puzzle.
cost.
Safeguard. Int STR1. Gain 1 ward, draw a card free when conjured. Magic action. Surge of Strength. Neutral 1. Gain enemy status. Bloodsent. At the
Let's
start of your
turn
turn.
that
Dispel a blessing from your opponent.
Let's turn that safeguard card to 0 cost.
Surge of Strength. Safeguard. Cursed puzzle box. Swap the cost of the. You gain Cursed puzzle box enchantment. Select card. Radiant Maze. +3. Neutral 1. Deal star 6 star damage. Gain
wait.
holy and critical hit every.
Radiant Maze is
0/3.
first.
Attack.
Where's my weapon?
Divine basic. Radiant Maze. +3. Neutral 1. Deal star 6.
Yes.
Safeguard.
Let's
Int
make that
STR1.
0
Gain 1.
cost.
Safeguard. Int STR1. Gain 1 ward, draw a card free when. Surge of Strength. Neutral 1. Gain SDR and you heal 1 health. Radiant Maze. +3. Deep Surge of Intellect. Int STR. Safe. You gain 1 focus stack. Player status. Focus. Stacks 1 when you foretell. Safeguard. Int STR1. Gain 1 ward, draw. You gain 1 ward stacks. Radiant Maze. +3. Enemy takes 6. Blessed Strike. Int STR1. Make a basic. Enemy takes 3. You gain 2 focus stacks. You gained 1 chain stacks. Player status. Focus. Stack character info. End turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna make this whole
Enemy
deck
turn.
0 cost.
Enemy playing
What I'm
card.
gonna do.
Blood bite. You take 5 damage. Enemy
It's
heals
gonna be
5. Your
so
turn.
Broken. I'm gonna break
End turn.
even the broken deck.
Character info. Polish. Neutral 1. Gain 3 armor. Radiant power. Int STR1. Deal the surge boots of speed. Neutral 1.
Boots of
Repel.
speed's on,
Gain 2
get our
barrier for every
radiant
card in your
power
hand.
combo
Cursed.
going.
Act Radiant Maze. Plus player status. Focus. Radiant Maze. Plus repel. Gain 2 barrier for every card in your hand. Cursed. You gain 6 barrier stats. Radiant Maze. Radiant power. Bonus. Select card. Surge of Dexter. Surge of Strength. Radiant Maze. +3. Bonus. New Surge of Strength. Gain SDR. Surge of Strength. Player status. Focus. Surge of Radiant Maze. +3. Neutral 1. Deal star 12 star. Surge of Strength. You heal 1 health. Surge of Strength. Player status. Surge of Strength. You heal 1 health. Character in Polish. Neutral 1. Gain 3 armor for each type of energy you have. 1. Gain a blessing base. Character info. Polish. Neutral 1. Radiant Maze. Enemy takes 12. Polish. Neutral 1. Player status. Polish. Character. End turn.
I won't activate
Enemy
polish
turn.
unless
End
I
turn.
have at least
Enemy
2
playing
different
cards.
type
Blood
of
bite. You block the
energies.
damage. Your turn. End turn. Character info. Radiant Maze. +4. Deal star 7 star damage. Gain holy and critical. Radiant power. Bonus. Int STR. Select card. Surge of Dexterity. Surge of Strength. Profane Shell. Int STR1. Convert 1 of your afflictions to barrier. Draw a card. Act Radiant Maze. Profane Shell. Int STR1. Radiant Maze. +3. Ring of Power. Randomly. Enemy takes 5. Surge of Strength. Gain SDR and 1. You heal 1 health. Character info. Radiant Maze. +4. Profane Shell. Int STR1. Radiant Maze. +3. Neutral. Surge of Strength. You heal 1 health. Character info. Radiant Maze. +4. Deals Profane Shell. Int STR. Radiant Maze. +3. Neutral 1. Player status. Boots of speed. Stacks 3 app. You gain 1 haste. Radiant Maze. +4. Deal star 7. Enemy takes 7. Profane Shell. Int STR1. Convert one of your Radiant Maze. +3. New enemy takes 6. Profane Shell. Int STR1. Convert one of your afflictions to barrier. Draw a card. Player status. Boots of speed. Profane Shell. Character info. End turn. Enemy turn. End turn. Enemy playing card. Bloodline. You take 4 damage. Enemy heals 4. Your turn.
So I don't activate
End turn.
Profane unless I hear that bonus. Rick's got it set up really well for you. If you're visually impaired and you've got voiceover on, the card will say bonus, and that's a good time to examine it to see what power-up it's going to give you.
Character info. Radiant Maze. +4. Radiant Maze. +3. Bonus. Radiant Power. Bonus. Int STR1. Safeguard. Int STR1. Gain 1 more. Draw a card free when Conjure. Radiant Maze. Plus. Save. Radiant Power. Bonus. Select card. Surge of Dexterity. Surge of Strength. Safeguard. Int STR1. Gain 1 more. Draw. Radiant Maze. Plus. Surge of Strength. Gain S. You heal 1 health. Surge player status. Boots of Surge of Strength. You heal 1 health. Character info. Radiant Maze. +4. Bonus. Radiant Maze. Plus. Radiant Maze. +4. Bonus. Enemy takes 14. Radiant Maze. +3. Bonus. Neutral 1. Deal star. Enemy takes 6. Victory. Next.
Yeah. Too
Character
easy.
info. Character info.
I'm just slaughtering these guys. Oh, we leveled up. This is a good time. Thank you. Let's deal with this here. Baby Goat loves to level up.
Player gold 24. Enemy status. Bloodsent. At player health 69. Show deck. Next.
We got 69 health.
Show deck. Next.
Right,
Level up. Pick a talent. Reroll button for weapon aptitude.
Let's see what we're going to choose here. I'm looking for healing effects.
Reroll button for weapon aptitude.
Weapon aptitude, not so much.
Select weapon aptitude. Pick one of 9 weapons. Change your basic attack and all basic attacks in your deck into this weapon.
Canceled out weapon. You know, actually, that was a different playthrough.
Reroll button. Select weapon aptitude. Pick one of 9 weapons. Reroll button for durable. Select durable. Gain +20 maximum health.
We can get durable.
Reroll button for uncanny strength. Select uncanny strength. Your melee actions deal additional damage equal to your strength. 1. This talent can be taken multiple times.
This is better in a warrior.
Reroll button for uncanny strength.
Let's reroll uncanny
Reroll.
strength.
2 rerolls remaining. Select smithing. Upgrade all melee actions and melee basic attacks equal to your strength. 1.
Again, this is much better in a warrior.
Select smithing. Reroll button for smithing. Reroll. 1 rerolls remaining. Select hardened mind at the start of the turn. Gain 2 barrier for every effect you are channeling.
I don't ever run this card.
Reroll button for hardened mind. Reroll. 0 rerolls remaining. Select profane ward at the end of your turn. Gain barrier for each affliction on your foe. 0.
Oh, that's not bad. That's interesting. I'd have to run more afflictions.
Select profane ward at the end of your turn. Gain barrier for each affliction on your foe. 0.
This would be really fun if I gave my enemy a bunch of afflictions, then I got a bunch of wards for that. It would make it so hard for them to hurt me. Then I might want to take on some of those Infernal Invaders.
Select durable. Gain +20 maximum health. Select weapon aptitude. Pick one of 9 weapons. Change your basic attack and all basic attacks in your deck into this weapon. Select weapon aptitude. Pick one of 9 weapons. Select durable. Gain +20 maximum health.
I might want to take durable, but then
select profane ward at the end of your turn. Gain barrier for each affliction on your foe. 0.
I want to put afflictions on my opponent, but I don't want to spend a lot of time doing that.
Select profane ward at the end of your turn. Gain barrier for each affliction on your foe. 0.
It would really only net me maybe 2 or 3 barriers, which is basically a block. It doesn't seem that worth it.
Select durable. Gain +20 maximum health.
Let's select durable. We'll just be a little bigger, right?
Select weapon aptitude. Select durable. Gain +20 maximum health. You gain 3 gold. Select a card to add to your deck. Skippable. Skip rewards.
It's okay. It happens though.
Enemy status. Blood. Utility belt. Neutral 2. Settings. Add spell strike to deck.
Oh,
enemy player health 94.
Choose my cards.
Enemy status. Bloodson. Utility belt. Neutral 2. Activate to draw a card and restore 1 durability of all other equipment. 2 durability. Equipment. Common. Unique. You can only play 1 card with this. Fire shield. Int 1. Gain 3 barrier at the start of next turn. Inflict burning equal to spell strike. Int STR1. Dispel a blessing. Make a basic attack. Melee action. Uncommon. Dispel. Removes a blessing from the target. Blessing. A beneficial effect such as regenerate. Fire shield. Utility belt. Enemy status. Player gold 27. Character info. Skip rewards.
Skip. I'm thinking utility belt. Because I can give utility belt at 0 cost. I think I'm going to take utility belt because I can curse puzzle box it.
Character info. Player gold 27. Enemy status. Utility belt. Neutral 2. Fire shield. Spell strike. Add utility belt to deck.
I'm going to keep utility
enemy
belt.
Status. Bloodstain. At utility exploration. Block. Player use weapon power. Voracious weapon activate to destroy a card. Enemy aura. Settings. Campsite A brief rest. Crimson tracker. There you are. Crimson cannoneer. Just hold still. Will you?
Let's get rid of the cannoneer.
Enemy gains first strike enchantment. Enemy gains sturdy enchantment. Enemy gain 2 armor stacks. Furiated to your deck. Enemy turn. Enemy gain 2 armor stacks. Enemy playing cards. Load cannon. Your turn. Repel. Gain 2 barrier for every card in your hand. Cursed. Action. Uncommon. Utility belt. Neutral 2. Activate. Profane shell. Int STR1. Convert one of your afflictions to barrier. Draw a card. Safeguard. Int STR1. Gain 1 more. Draw a card free when Conjure. Cursed puzzle box. Neutral 1. Swap the cost of the puzzle box with the card in hand. Enemy status. First strike. Cursed puzzle box. Neutral 1. Swap. Safeguard. Int STR1. Profane shell. Int STR1. Utility belt. Neutral 2. Activate to draw a card and restore 1 durability of all other equipment. 2 durability. Equipment. Common. Repel. Gain 2 barrier for every card in your hand.
I think
Curse.
I will.
Action. Utility. Profane. Safeguard. Invest. Cursed puzzle box.
I'm gonna
Neutral
make it
1.
cheaper, at
You gain
least.
cursed puzzle box enchantment. Select card. Repel. Utility belt. Neutral 2. Activate
Let's make
character
it at least a
info.
one coster.
Repel. Gain 2 barrier. Character info. Repel. Utility belt. Neutral. Profane shell. Invest. Profane shell. Invest. Repel. Gain 2 barrier for every card in your hand. You gain 4 barrier stats. Profane. Safeguard. Invest
Feeling
TR1.
that
Gain 1
my
more draw a card free
barrier's
when conjured.
good for
Magic action.
cannonballs.
Profane shell. Invest TR1. Convert one of your afflictions to barrier, draw a card. Character info. End turn. Player energy. End turn.
Build up my barrier.
Enemy turn. Enemy gain 2
Hopefully
armor
it's a
stats.
20.
Enemy playing cards. Light the fuse.
I don't
Your
think
turn.
I don't have time. He's building. He's getting ready to
End
shoot
turn.
fast.
Character info. Radiant maze. +3. Neutral 1. Deal star 6. Radiant maze. +4. Radiant maze. +3. Neutral 1. Deals radiant power. Bonus. Invest TR1. Select card.
See if I
Surge
can
of
get my
dexterity.
power
Gain
up.
dex and conjure a
I
basic
can never
attack.
quite
Action.
kill it fast
Common.
enough.
Surge of intellect. Gain surge of strength. Surge of strength. Ring of power.
That's fine.
Random surge of strength. Surge of strength. You heal 1 health. Character info.
The only deck I've ever had that could kill that cannon fast enough is my Great Bow deck on my Hunter. It kills really quick.
Radiant maze. +3. Radiant maze. Radiant maze. Ring of power. Randomly deal 5. You heal 5 health. Player status. Utility belt. Stacks 2 activate to draw a card and restore 1 durability. Radiant maze. Enemy takes 4. Character info. Radiant maze. Enemy takes 7. Radiant maze. Character info. Radiant maze. Enemy takes 12. Character info. Surge of strength. Gain SDR and you heal 1 health. Player status. Player status. Character info. Player status. Utility character and end turn. Enemy turn. Enemy gain 2 armor stacks. Enemy playing cards. Fire. You take 16 damage. Your turn.
The good thing is I blocked a little bit
End turn.
of my barrier.
Character info. Blessed strike. Invest TR1. Surge of strength. Neutral 1. Radiant power. Bonus. Invest TR1. Radiant maze. Boots of speed. Neutral 1. Activate to gain 1 haste and reduce. Radiant maze. Boots of speed. Character info.
Boots of speed on.
Blessed strike. Invest TR. Surge of strength. Radiant power. Bonus. Radiant maze. Player status. Utility belt. Player status. Boots of speed. Stacks 3. You gained 1 haste stacks. Player status. Utility belt. Stacks 2 activate to draw a card and restore 1 durability of all other equipment. Polish. Gain 3 armor for each type of energy you have. 1. Gain a blessing. Radiant maze. +3. Deal star 6. Radiant power. Select card. Surge of dexterity. Gain dex. Surge of intellect. Surge of strength. Radiant maze. +3. Deal. Polish. Gain 3 armor for each type of energy you have. 0. Gain a blessing. Surge of strength. Gain. You heal 1 health. Surge of strength. Player status. Surge of strength. You heal 1 health. Character. Blessed strike. Make a basic attack. Gain a random. Surge of strength. Neutral 1. You heal 1 health. Polish. Gain 3 armor for each type of energy you have. 1. Gain a player status. Utility belt. Stacks 1 activate to draw a card and restore 1 durability of all other equipment.
I can see a nice move with Radiant Power. You might want to vary the energy you're using so that you have more opportunities to get a little bit more armor. It's just a small incremental improvement on my strategy.
Blessed strike. Make a basic. Enemy takes 1. You gain 2 focus stacks. You gained 1 chain stacks. Polish. Gain 3 armor for each type of energy. Player status. Utility belt. Polish. Radiant maze. Plus. Enemy takes 7. Polish. Gain 3 armor. Character info. Polish. Gain 3 armor. Player status. You. Polish. Character info. End turn. Enemy turn. Enemy gain 2 armor stacks. Enemy playing cards. Low cannon. Your turn. End turn.
Trying to kill it before it shoots me again.
Character info. Surge of intellect. Invest TR1. Ring of power. Randomly deal 5. Enemy gain 5 frozen stacks. Radiant maze. +3. Bonus. Enemy takes 10. Radiant maze. +3. Player status. Utility belt. Radiant maze. +3. Neutral 1. Deal star 6 star. Enemy takes 6. Victory. Next. Character
Yeah, you
info.
want to kill that thing. I mean, it gets off 1 shot always.
Player goal 27. Character info. Next.
Okay, let's see if we get any good rewards.
You gain 3
here.
gold. Select a card to add to your deck. Enemy status. Polish. Neutral 1. Gain 3 armor for each type of energy you have. 2. Kitchen raid. STR1. Create an ingredient. Frenzy. Create 2 more. Action.
This could
Common.
be good. Kitchen cards are pretty good. I won't get the frenzy effect, so it's only going to give me 1 food item. Better off to take maybe a enchantment.
Dark blessing. Life 1. Gain 1 anger. Inflict a random affliction with 3 stacks. Corruption
Ooh,
action.
this could be
Common.
good.
Anger. Increases the damage dealt by actions by 1 per stack of anger.
'Cause that's-
Affliction. A negative effect such as poison,
This could be
bleeding,
really
or daze.
good. I can turn this cost to 0, so I think I'm going to take it.
Add Polish to deck. Add kitchen raid to deck. Add dark blessing to deck.
I think I'm going to take Dark Blessing. Hurting the enemy is going to be fun.
Enemy status. Frozen. Polish. Exploration. Cursed character and character info. Alchemist Mike. Settings. Settings. Crimson Collector. Campsite 8. Alchemist Mike potions are at least
I'm going
47%
to give
safe.
myself a potion, so I can also use the Cursed Puzzle Box to steal that free cost.
Campsite 8 brief. Crimson Collector Hall. Settings. There. Campsite 8 brief rest. Alchemist Mike potions are at least 47% safe. Teresa Black Brew well. Teresa Black Brew well. Hello there. Adventurer. Here for any. Buy a potion.
Let's go
Close
ahead
merchant
and
costs
buy
1
a
Fatisher.
cheap potion.
Panacea costs 10. 1 use. Cleanse an affliction. Gain 2 health. Utility.
I like
Common.
to get cheap potions because I don't want to pay for a very expensive one, so I usually get a cheap one. So what I think I'm going to do is get myself a... I'm going to get a Panacea.
Bubbly Brew. Panacea costs 10. 1 use. Cleanse and Affliction. You lose minus 10 gold.
I can turn this into something really inexpensive.
Trial Blood Potion costs 10. 1 use. Gain 3 regenerate utility. Common. Potion of Trickery costs 10. 1 use. Diamond Potion costs 20. 1 use. Gain 1 Potion of Trial Blood Potion costs 10. 1 use. Panacea costs sold. 1 use. Cleanse and Affliction. Trial Blood Potion costs 10. 1 use. Gain 3 regenerate utility.
We'll get this
Common.
one too,
Regenerate. At the start of the turn.
that
Gain 1
way
health per stack and decrease regenerate by 1.
I can steal its cost and give it to one of my other cards.
Panacea. Trial Blood Potion costs 10. You lose minus 10 gold.
That's cool. That was worth it. 2 cards. I could have just got 1 healing potion, but in this case, I got 2 potions that I can convert.
Potion of Trick. Diamond. Healing Potion costs. Holy Water costs. Steel Skin Potion. Bottled Message costs. Love Potion costs 20. Life Drinker Venom costs 40. Life Potion of Visions costs 4. Potion of Alacrity costs. Close Merchant costs 1. Fatted. Exploration. Character info.
Works out really well.
Enemy aura. Player gold 10. Player gold 10.
We got 10 gold left. We're not gonna, like I said, get much more. We'll get some money, hopefully enough to do some more upgrades.
Enemy aura. Settings.
At the blacksmith.
Settings. Settings. Campsite a brief rest. Bandit camp looks like you found Crimson Tracker. There you are. Boss been looking for you.
Let's kill the tracker.
Enemy gains first strike enchantment. He rioted to your deck. Enemy turn. Show character. Enemy playing cards. Camouflage. Enemy gained 1 evasion stacks. System. Falconeted to your deck. Show deck. Cards currently in deck. Your turn. Character info. Dark Blessing. Life 1. Gain 1 anger. Inflict a random. You take 1 damage. You gained 1 anger stacks. Enemy gained 3 weakness stacks. Radiant Mace. +4. Deal star 8 star damage. Gain holy and critical hit every. Character in Radiant Mace. +4. Deal star 8 star damage. Gain Profane Shell. Int STR1. Convert 1 of your afflictions to barrier. Draw a card. Ring of Power. Randomly deals. Enemy takes 6. Player status. Anger. Stacks. Radiant Power. Int STR1. Profane Shell. Int STR1. Convert 1 of your afflictions to Radiant Mace. +4. Character info. End turn.
Let's just
End turn.
go to the next
Enemy turn.
Is he's dodging?
Enemy playing cards. System. Falconeted to your deck. Player camouflage. Enemy gained 1 evasion stacks.
Another evasion.
Your turn. Safeguard. Surge of Strength. Neutral 1. Gain SDR and 1 health. Radiant Power. Int STR1. Polish. Neutral 1. Gain. A strike. Int STR. Player health 8. Show deck. Cards currently in deck. Show deck. Cards player energy. End turn. Character info. Safeguard. Surge of Strength. Neutral 1. Radiant Power. Int STR1. Polish. Neutral 1. Gain. Blessed Strike. Int STR1. Make a basic attack. Gain a random blessing. Player status. Anger. Stacks. Blessed Strike. Int STR1. Player health 87. Show deck. Player energy. End turn. Character. Safeguard. Int STR1. Gain 1 ward. Draw a card free when conjured. Magic actions. You gained 1 ward stacks.
Take a ward.
Radiant Power. Int STR1. Deal the surge if you have an active equipment. Polish. Neutral 1. Gain 3 armor for each type of energy you have. 2. Gain a blessing base. You gain 6 armor stacks. You gained 1 anger stacks. Repel. Gain 2 barrier for every card in. You gain 6 barrier stacks. Character in. Surge of Strength. Neutral. You heal 1 health. Blessed Strike. Int STR1. Make a basic player status. Anger. Blessed Strike. Radiant Power. Int STR1. Character info. End turn.
I won't play the Radiant Power
Player energy. End turn.
until I get his equipment.
End turn. Enemy turn. Enemy playing cards. Reflectless. You block the damage. Your turn. End turn. Character info. Radiant Mace. +3. Surge of Intellect. Int STR1. Radiant Mace. +3. Boots of Speed. Neutral. Trial Blood Potion.
Now we
1
can
use.
start
Gain 3
playing
regenerate.
power.
Item. Common. Regen. Player status. Anger. Stacks 2 increases the damage dealt by actions by 1 per stack of anger. Radiant Mace. +3. Neutral 1. Surge of Intellect. Int STR1. Radiant Mace. +3. Trial Blood Potion. 1 use. Gained. Player status. Anger. Stacks 2. Trial Blood Potion. Radiant Mace. +3. Neutral 1. Deal start. Surge of Intellect. Int STR1. Radiant. You gained 1 foot. Radiant Mace. +3. Neutral. Enemy takes 8. Character info. Radiant Mace. +3. Neutral 1. Deals. Enemy takes 8. Character info. Trial Blood Potion. Player status. Anger. Trial Blood Character in. End turn. Enemy turn. End turn. Enemy playing cards. Camouflage. Enemy gained 1 evasion stacks. System. Falconeted to your deck. Player health 88. Your turn. Utility belt. Neutral 1. Activate to draw. Radiant Mace. Cursed puzzle. Profane shell.
Alright,
Int STR1. Cursed puzzle box. Neutral 2. Swap the cost of the puzzle box with the card in hand. It becomes cursed. Profane shell. Int STR1. Player status. Anger. Stacks 2 increase. Panacea. 1 use. Cleanse and affliction. Gain 2 health. Utility belt. Radiant Mace. Cursed puzzle box. You gain cursed puzzle box enchantment. Select card. Panacea. 1 use. Cleanse and affliction. Utility belt. Panacea. Profane shell. Int STR1. Convert 1 of your afflictions to barrier. Draw a player status. Anger. Panacea. Neutral 2. 1 use. I don't have enough energy to play this card. Utility belt. Neutral 1. Activate to draw a card and restore 1. Radiant Mace. Plus Profane shell. Int STR1. Convert 1 of your afflictions to barrier. Draw a card. Player status. Anger. Stacks. Player status. Barrier. Stacks 6 when dealt. Player status. Boots of speed. Stacks 3 act. You gained 1 haste stacks. Player status. Focus. Stack. Panacea. Player health 88. Show deck. Player end turn.
Lovely, lovely.
Enemy turn. End turn. Enemy playing cards. System. Falconeted to your deck. Player camouflage. Enemy gained 1 evasion stacks. Your turn.
The beauty of cursed.
You take 1 damage.
box
You gain 1
and
bleeding stacks. You take 1 damage. You gained 1 bleeding stacks. You take 1 damage. You gained 1 bleeding stacks.
Enemies. crunching me up a little bit. The beauty of trading off on a consumable is that you can just consume it and get it out of your deck. You don't have to worry about a permanent card. Well, not a permanent card, a semi-permanent card sitting in your deck.
Player health 80. Show deck. Cards currently in deck 10. Player energy. End turn. Character radiant power. Bonus. Delve a search if you have an active select card. Search of dexterity.
Power.
Gain dex and conjure a basic attack. Action. Common. Conjure. Creates a temporary card that is removed after combat. Surge of intellect. Surge of dexterity. Surge of intellect. Gain INT and 1 focus. Action. Surge of strength. Safeguard. Int STR1. Gain 1 more blessed strike. Int STR1. Make a basic attack. Surge of intellect. Int STR1. Polish. You gain 1 focus stack. Surge of strength. Gain. You heal 1 health. Surge of player status. Bleeding. Surge of strength. You heal 1 health. Character info. Safeguard. Int STR1. Gain 1 more. Draw a card free when conjured. Magic. You gained 1 more stacks. Polish. Neutral 1. Gain 3 armor for each type of energy you have. 2. Gain a bless. You gain 6 armor stacks. You gained 1 blessed strike. Int STR1. Make a basic attack. Gain a random blessing with 2 stacks. Chain. Action. Common. Blessing. A beneficial effect such as regenerate.
Polish,
focus or chain. Chain. Increase the damage of the next action by 1 per stack. Chain fades if a play card did not increase chain.
3 layers of defense. I think we're okay for defense. So I feel like the next steps in this deck are to make all the costs of the cards 0, and then maybe 1 big power card. Also, I'd like to get maybe another strong healing card. Other than that, this deck is looking good. I don't want it to get too beefy, because then it'll get slow.
Character info. Blessed strike. Int STR1. Make a basic repel. Gain 2 barrier for every card in your hand. Cursed. Blessed strike. Enemy takes 12. You gain 2 reflect stacks. You gained 1 chain stacks. Player status. Repel. Character info. End turn. Enemy turn. End turn. Enemy takes 5. You block the damage. Your turn. End turn. Character info. Radiant Maze. +4. Deal star 10 star Radiant Maze. Plus Trial Blood Potion. 1 use. Dark Blessing. Life 1. Gain 1 anger. You take 1 damage. You gained 1 anger stacks. Enemy gained 3 poison stacks.
Definitely want to turn that Dark Blessing into a 0+ card.
Player status. Bleeding. Ring of Power. Random. Enemy takes 9. Radiant Maze. +4. Deal star. Enemy takes 11. Radiant Victory. Next.
Yeah, this deck is looking very special. I love it.
Show deck. Cards currently in deck 20. Next.
And we're just at the Scholar mark, so yeah, we don't want to add anything more to this deck.
Show deck. Cards currently in deck 20.
Unless it's really phenomenal.
Player health 86. Show deck. Cards currently in deck 20. Next. You gain 5 gold. Select a card to add to your deck. Enemy stat. Void armor. Int STR1. Gain 10 armor winning. Defiled. Action. Common.
Like
armor. When dealt damage. Take 1 less damage per stack of armor. Armor fades at the enemy stat. Void armor. Int STR1. Gain chaos armor. Int STR1. Gain 3 armor corrupted. Inflict a random hex. Action. Divine arsenal. Neutral 1. Add a battle spear to your discard pile. Memorized. Action. Common. Memorized. This card always starts at the top of your deck. Battle spear. Deal. Damage 5. Damage gains a random property on creation.
I don't like this card. It's really very clumsy, clunky. I don't use it very well.
Chaos armor. Void armor. Enemy status. Weakness. Void armor. Enemy status. Player health 86. Show deck. Skip rewards. Exploration. Use weapon power. Voracious weapon activate to destroy a card in your deck. Passive. Whenever you destroy a card, gain 5 health.
I think the Void Spears are better. They're a lot funner because you destroy them, they come right back. Those are fun.
Bandit camp settings. Campsite Aid Refresh. Crimson Collector Hall. Bandit camp looks like you found a bandit's hideout.
Bandit camp time. We're fine. Let's just kill more things. I'm not concerned about us living. We have a pretty solid deck.
Crimson Collector Hall. Campsite Aid Refresh. Crimson Collector Hall. Who goes there? Enemy gains blood taxes enchantment. Be rioted to your deck. Your turn. Enemy status. Blood taxes. At the end of your cursed puzzle box.
So that's
swap the cost of the puzzle box with the card in hand. Character info. Cursed puzzle box. Swap the cost of the puzzle box with the card in hand. It becomes cursed. Cursed. Artifact. Legendary. Treasure. Discard. Surge of strength. Neutral 1. Dark blessing. Life 1. Gain 1 anger. Inflict a random. Ring of power. Random. Radiant power. Int STR1. Delve the surge if you have an active equipment. Copy the surge.
I can
Action.
make. I'm gonna make Radiant power free. Yeah.
Ring of power. Dark bless. Surge of strength. New cursed puzzle box. You gain cursed puzzle box enchantment. Select card. Surge of strength. Dark blessing. Ring of power. Radiant power. Int STR1. Surge of strength.
Yeah, I really
Neutral
get my
1. Surge of strength. Neutral 1. Gain SDR and 1 health. Cursed. Player health 86. Show deck. Player enter. End turn. Character. Surge of strength. Neutral 1. Gain SDR. You heal 1 health. Ring of power. You heal 5 health. Enemy status. Blood taxes. Radiant power. Delve a surge if you have Dark Blessing. Life 1. You take 1 damage. You gained 1 anger stacks. Enemy gained 3 bleeding stacks.
Get my Dark Blessing to 0.
Character info. End turn. Enemy turn. End turn. Enemy playing cards. Bulwark. You take 5 damage. Bulwark. You take 5 damage.
That's fine. I'm gonna wait till I have equipment on. I have a rule. I don't use Radiant Power until I have an equipment item.
Character info. Surge of intellect. Invest. Boots of speed. Neutral. Panacea. Neutral
Now we
2.
can start
1 use.
radiant
Cleanse and affliction.
powering.
Get Radiant Maze. +4. Deals. Radiant Maze. Player status. Anger. Surge of intellect. Invest. Panacea. You gain 1 focus stacks. Radiant Maze. Plus. Enemy takes 3. Player status. Anger. Radiant Maze. Enemy takes 2. End turn. STR. 1. End turn. Character info. End turn. Enemy turn. Enemy playing cards. Reckless Slam. You take 7 damage. Your turn. End turn. Character info. Safeguard. STR1. Gain 1 more. Draw a card. Profane Shell. STR1. Convert 1 of your Blessed Strike. STR1. Radiant Maze. +3. Repel. Gain 2 barrier for every card in your player status. Repel. You gained 8 barrier stats. Character info.
That's good.
Safeguard. Profane Shell. Blessed Strike. Radiant Maze. Player status. Anger. Stacked. Player status. Boots of speed. Stacks. You gained 1 haste stacks. Safeguard. Gain 1 more. Draw a card free. You gained 1 more stacks. Profane Shell. STR1. Convert 1 of your afflictions to barrier. Draw a card. Act. Blessed Strike. STR1. Make a basic. Radiant Maze. +3. Enemy takes 1. Player status. Anger. Utility belt. Activate to draw a card. Character info. End turn. Character in Profane Shell. STR1. Convert 1 of your afflict. Blessed Strike. Enemy takes 4. You gain to regenerate stacks. You gained 1 chain stacks. Profane Shell. STR1. Character in end turn. Enemy turn. End turn. Enemy playing cards. Crimson Knuckles. You block the damage. Your turn. You heal 2 health. End turn.
Just need to get a nice healing effect.
Character info. Trial Blood Potion. 1 U. Radiant Maze. +3. Polish. Neutral 1. Gain 3 armor for each type of energy you have. 3. Gain a bless. You gain 6 armor stacks. You gain 1 more stacks.
Should be 9, right? I have 3 different kind of energies, right? That was weird.
Fury. Gain 1 anger. You gain 1 anger stacks. You take 1 damage. You heal 3 health. Trial Blood Potion. 1. Radiant Maze. +3. Deal star 8 star damage. Gain holy and critical hit every. Radiant power. Bonus. Select card. Surge of dexterity. Surge of strength. Surge of intellect. Gain Surge of dexterity. Gain dex and con. Dark blessing. Life 1. Gain 1 anger. Inflict a random affliction with 3. Surge of dexterity. Gain dex and con. Surge of dexterity. Radiant Maze. Neutral 1. Deal. Player status. Anger. Stacks 2 increases the damage dealt. Player status. Boots of speed. Stacks 2 activate to gain 1. You gain 1 haste stacks. Player status. Boots of speed. Stacks 1. Player status. Focus. Stacks 1 with player status. Barrier. Stacks 3 with player status. Utility belt. Stacks 2 activate to draw a Trial Blood Potion. 1 U. Radiant Maze. +3. Deals. Enemy takes 8. Dark blessing. Life 1. Gain 1 anger and Surge of dexterity. Gain dex and conjure a basic attack. Radiant Maze. Bonus. Dark blessing. Life 1. You take 1 damage. You gained 1 anger stacks. Enemy gain 3. Radiant power. Bonus. Select card. Surge of dexterity. Gain Surge of intellect. Radiant Maze. Bonus. Neutral 1. Deal star 12 star. Surge of intellect. Gain INT and Surge. You gain 1 focus stack. Radiant Maze. Bonus. Enemy takes 12. Player status. Haste. Surge of intellect. You gain 1 focus stacks. Trial Blood Potion. 1 U. Character info. End turn. End turn. Enemy turn. Enemy takes 1. You block the damage. Crimson enemy takes 1. You take 4 damage. You lose -3 gold. Your turn. You heal 1 health.
Don't appreciate you.
I've reached my maximum energy. Character info. Repel. Gain 2 barrier for every card in your hand. You gained 8 barrier stats. Ring of power. Randomly deal star 8 star damage. Inflict 5 burning or frost. Character info. Ring of power. Enemy gain 5 burning stacks. Character info. Radiant Maze. +4. Deal star 10 star damage. Blessed Strike. Make a basic attack. Radiant Maze. +3. Player status. Anger. Radiant Maze. Enemy takes 10. Blessed Strike. Make a basic attack. Gain a random blessing. Radiant Maze. Enemy takes 9. Victory. Next. Character info. Player gold 12. Character next.
Right.
You gain 6 gold.
Well,
Select a card to add to your deck.
good.
Skippable. Enemy status. Void armor. STR1. Gain 10 armor winning. Defiled.
Keeps
Action.
giving us void
Common.
armor.
Armor. When dealt damage. Take 1 less damage per stack of armor. Arcane missiles. Int 1. Deal 1
No.
damage. On my command. STR1. Make a basic
Nothing
attack.
good.
Enemy player health 74. Show deck. Card skip rewards. Character info. Skip rewards.
Didn't get
Exploration.
anything.
Use weapon power. Use dead end and obst settings. Campsite a brief. Bandit camp looks like dead end and obstacle blocks your path.
We're fine. We can deal with the bandit camp pretty soon here.
Bandit camp looks like you found a bandit's hideout. Bandit den as you search for the next bandit den as you continue. Bandit den you follow the increasing. Approach quietly. Charge in.
I can charge in. I can handle these.
Enemy
guys.
gains wealthy enchantment. You add it to your deck. Your turn. Show deck. Character info.
Farm ourselves up a little more experience.
Radiant Maze. +4. Radiant Maze. +3. Dark Blessing. Life 1. Gain 1. Trial Blood Potion. 1 use. Radiant Power. Delve a Surge if you have an active equip. Trial Blood. Dark Blessing. Life. You take 1 damage. You gained 1 anger stacks. Enemy gain 3 slow stacks. Trial Blood Potion. 1 use. Radiant Power. Delve a Surge if you have an Trial Blood. Radiant Maze. +3. New. Enemy takes 7. Radiant Maze. +4. Deal start. Enemy takes 8. Trial Blood Potion. Character info. End turn. End turn. Enemy turn. Enemy playing cards. Fiery Potion. You take 3 damage. You gained 1 burning stacks. Potion of Vitality. Enemy heal 6. Your turn.
Okay.
Character info. Panacea. Neutral 2. 1 use. Cleanse. Surge of intellect. STR1. Gain INT and Profane Shell. Bonus. STR1. Convert 1 of. You gained 1 barrier stacks. Surge of strength. Neutral 1. Radiant power. Int STR1. Dealt player status. Anger. Surge of Radiant Maze. +3. Bonus. Surge of Intellect. Int STR1. Panacea. Neutral 2. Surge of You heal 2 health.
Because that Panacea is useless. There's no point in taking off that 2. Excuse me.
Character info. Surge of Intellect. I don't have enough energy to play this card. Character info. Surge of Intellect. Int STR1. Radiant Maze. +3. Bonus. Deal start. Enemy takes 14. Surge of Strength. Neutral 1. Gain SDR and 1 health. Radiant Power. Int STR1. Delta Surge. Player status. Anger. Stacks 1 increase. Radiant. Surge of Intellect. Character info. End turn. End turn. Enemy playing cards. Potion of Vitality. Enemy heal 6. Your turn.
Yeah, I know my energies are starting to get a little clustered up with those 1 cost on them. I'll get rid of that.
Character info.
Once I have my deck settled, at the end of the process with the Cursed Puzzle Box, I start turning all my energy costs back down to 0.
Utility Belt. Neutral 1. Activate to draw a card and restore 1 durability of all boots of speed. Neutral 1. Safeguard. Int STR1. Gain 1 more. Repel. Gain 2 barrier for every card in your hand. You gain 6 barrier stats. Ring of Power. Randomly enemy gain 5 burning stacks. Utility Belt. Neutral 1. Act. Safeguard. Int player status. Anger. Safeguard. Int STR1. Gain 1 more. Draw a card. You gained 1 more stacks. Player status. Barrier. Player status. Blessed Strike. Character info. Blessed Strike. I don't have enough energy to character info. End turn.
Yeah, I want to get that Blessed
Enemy turn.
Strike
End turn.
to 0 cost.
Enemy playing cards. Whack. You block the damage. Quick fingers. You block the damage. Enemy takes 5. Your turn. End turn. Character info. Radiant Maze. +3. Cursed Puzzle Box. Int STR1. Swap the cost of the puzzle box with the card in hand. It becomes cursed. Cursed. Artifact. Polish. Neutral 1. Gain. Radiant Maze. +3.
No.
Deal. Trial Blood Potion. 1 use.
Yeah,
Gain 3 regenerate.
trade off with,
Item. Common.
Troll
Regenerate.
Blood.
Radiant. Polish. Neutral 1. Cursed Puzzle Box.
Yeah,
You gain Cursed Puzzle Box
your
enchantment. Select
0
card.
cost.
Radiant Maze. Polish. Radiant Maze. Trial Blood Potion.
Yeah,
1 use. Polish.
yeah, see,
Neutral
that's
1.
why I
Gain 3
bought
armor for each type of energy you have.
Yeah,
1.
yeah.
Radiant Maze. +3. Trial Blood Potion. Int STR1. 1 use. Gain 3 regenerate. Cursed. You gain 3 regenerate
Why do you
stacks.
use it?
Character info. Radiant Maze.
can always buy
+3.
another one.
Character. Radiant Maze. +3. Neutral. I don't have enough energy to play Polish. Neutral 1. Gain 3 armor for each type of energy you have. 0. I don't have enough energy to Radiant Maze. +3. Deal start. Player health 72. Show deck. Player and end turn.
We're doing fine.
End turn.
He's not hurting us
Enemy
that
turn.
much. He is
Enemy
being
playing
annoying,
cards.
though.
Potion of Vitality. Enemy heal 6. Enemy takes 5. Your turn. You heal 3 health. Character info. Safeguard. Int STR1. Gain 1 more. Draw a card free when conjured. Radiant Power. Bonus. Delta Surge. Select card. Surge of
Get some
Dexterity.
energy up here.
Gain deck. Surge of Intellect. Surge of Strength. Repel. Gain 2
Take
barrier
those
for every card in your hand.
cards.
Radiant Maze. +4. Fury. Gain 1 anger. You gain 1 anger stacks.
Take that
You take 1
Fury.
damage. You heal 3 health. Surge of Strength. Gain. You heal 1 health. Surge of Intellect.
Yeah.
Int STR1.
Nice
Gain
little
INT and 1
strength.
focus. Cursed. Player status. Anger. Surge of Intellect. Character. You gain 1 focus stacks. Safeguard. Int STR1. Gain 1 more. Draw a card. Character info. Safeguard. Repel. Gain 2 barrier for every card in your Radiant Maze. +4. Deal star 9. Surge of Strength. Gain SDR. Player status. Surge of Radiant. Repel. You gain 6 barrier stats. Radiant Maze.
Some more
+4.
barrier.
Surge of Strength. You heal 1 health. Character info. End turn. Character. Safeguard. You gain 1 more stacks. Radiant Power. Bonus. Select card. Surge of Dexterity. Surge of Intellect. Surge of Strength. Character info. Radiant Maze. +4. Deals. Surge of Strength. You heal 1 health. Surge of Strength. Gain SD. You heal 1 health. Character info. Radiant Maze. Enemy takes 9. Player status. Anger. Player status. Barrier. Player status. Anger. Character info.
This deck would benefit from a little bit more power, so maybe a little bit more anger production would be useful.
End turn. Character info. Player status. Anger. Stacks 2 increase. Player status. Barrier. Stacks 7. Player status. Boots of speed. Stacks 3. You gain 1 haste stacks. Player status. Utility belt. Player status. Regenerate. Player status. Utility belt. Stacks 2 activate to draw a card and restore 1 durability. Player health 81. Show deck. Player energy. End turn. Enemy turn. End turn. Enemy playing cards. Quick fingers. You block the damage. Quick fingers. You block the damage. Fiery potion. You block the damage. Enemy takes 5. Your turn. You heal 2 health. End turn. Character info. Dark Blessing. Life 1. Gain 1 anger inflict. Ring of Power. Randomly deal star 7 star. Enemy gain 5 frozen stacks. Blessed Strike. Int STR1. Enemy takes 5. You gain 2 focus stacks. You gained 1 chain stacks. Player status. Anger. Profane Shell. Int STR1. Convert 1 of your afflictions to barrier. Draw a card. Surge of Strength. Neutral 1. You heal 1 health. Dark Blessing. Life 1. You take 1 damage. You gained 1 anger stacks. Enemy gain 3 doom stacks. Player status. Anger. Stacks 3 ink. Profane Shell. Int ST. Player status. Boots of speed. Player status. Utility belt. Stacks. Player status. Boots of speed. Stacks 3 activate to gain 1. You gained 1 haste stacks. Player status. Utility belt. Stacks 1 activate to player status. Regen. Profane Shell. Convert 1 of your affliction. Character info. End turn. Enter. Enemy turn. Enemy playing cards. Whack. You block the damage. You gain 2 vulnerable stacks. Whack. You block the damage. You gain 2 vulnerable stacks. Fiery potion. You block the damage. You gained 1 burning stacks. Enemy takes 5. Your turn. You heal 1 health. Character info. Polish. Gain 3 armor for each type of energy you have. 2. Gain a blessing based on the energies. Repel. Gain 2 barrier for Blessed Strike. Int STR1. Make a basic attack. Repel. You gain 8 barrier stats. Blessed Strike. Int STR1. Make a Radiant Mace. Plus 3. Boom. Safeguard. Int STR1. Gain 1 ward. Draw a card free when conjured. Magic player status. Burning. Safeguard. You gained 1 ward stats.
I'm kind of liking ward.
Character info. Polish. You gain 6 armor stats. Blessed Strike. Int STR1. Radiant Mace. Plus 3. Blessed Strike. Enemy takes 12. You gain 2 ward stats. You gained 1 chain stacks. Radiant Mace. Plus 3. Enemy takes 10. Victory. Next.
I'm kind of liking this deck more and more. It's all around defense. It really covers me from every angle. I'm protected from magic damage. I'm protected from status elements. I'm protected from direct damage.
Character info. Player gold 18. Enemy status. Well, enemy status. Player health 84. Show deck. Next. You gain 13 gold. Select a card to add to enemy status. Polish. Neutral 1. Gain 3 armor for each type of energy you have. Lead the charge. Neutral 1. Gain rally and a blessing based on the energy spent. Repeat for each banner you own. 0. Memorize. Action. Common. Shield throw. Int STR1. Deal damage equal to your armor. 0. Flanking. Conjure a shield throw. Enemies player health 84. Show deck. Skip rewards. Exploration. Use weapon power voracious weapon use weapon power voracious weapon activate to destroy a card. Boss Garvin settings. Dead end and obstacle campsite a brief boss Garvin grieves a fashionable hat sets him apart from the other bandits.
We're doing fine.
Campsite a brief respite from the perils of adventure.
Let's stay with Garvin. I don't think we have to heal up.
Dead end and obstacle blocks your path. Campsite a boss Garvin grieves a player gold 31. Character info. Use weapon power show deck. Player health 84. Player health 84.
What's my maximum?
Show deck. Cards currently in deck 18. Use weapon power voracious character info. Close character pen copy. Attributes. Talents. Bounties. A Selena Smith. Knight. 3. A woman with long purple hair and intensely glowing orange eyes. She wears a golden crown with a purple gem in the center, suggesting royalty or divine status. Her attire combines purple and gold elements with a detailed collar, hinting at ceremonial significance. An orange and purple sky blazes behind her, enhancing the mystical and regal atmosphere surrounding her. The overall effect implies mastery over celestial or arcane forces. Health. 84/125.
Oh, actually, we could heal up. We have a lot of health.
A woman with a Selena bounties. Talents. Attributes. Copy. 0. Close character panel. Character info.
Let's heal up.
Boss Garvin grieves a fashionable hat. Player gold 31. Boss Garvin campsite a brief respite from the perils of adventure. Campfire a warm. Remove a card. Heal 20%. You heal 25 health. Exploration. Settings.
I want to try to keep ourselves over 100 if we can.
Settings. Settings. Boss Garvin grieves a dead end and obstacle blocks your path. Dead end and obstacle blocks your path. Player gold 3. Character info. Use weapon power voracious weapon activate to destroy a card in your deck. Passive. Whenever you destroy a card, gain 5 health.
Do we have any cards?
Use weapon power. Use weapon power. Character info. Use weapon. Show deck. Cards. Cursed puzzle box. Swap the cost of the puzzle. Ring of power. Randomly deal 5 damage. Inflict 5. Boots of speed. Neutral 1. Repel. Gain 2 barrier for Blessed Strike. Int STR1. Dark Blessing. Life 1. Gain Polish. Neutral 1. Gain 3 armor. Profane Shell. Int STR1. Convert 1 of your afflictions to barrier. Draw a card utility. Common. Radiant Maze. Plus 3. Radiant Maze. Radiant Maze. Radiant Maze. Radiant Power. Radiant Power. Int STR1. Safeguard. Int STR1. Gain 1 ward. Surge of Intellect. Surge of Strength. Utility Belt. Neutral 1. Activate to draw a card and restore 1 durability of all other. Close deck list. Show deck. Cards currently in deck 8. Dead end and obstacle settings. Boss Garvin grieves a fashion. Dead end and obstacle blocks your path. Boss Garvin settings. Boss Garvin grieves a fashionable hat sets him apart from the other bandits. Dead end and obstacle blocks. Boss Garvin grieves a fashionable hat sets him. Enemy gains sanguine repost enchantment. Enemy gains blood taxes enchantment. You rioted to your deck. Your turn. Character info. Radiant Maze. Plus 3. Repel. Gain 2 barrier for every card in your hand. You gained 8 barrier stats. Dark Blessing. Life 1. Gain 1 anger and you take 1 damage. You gained 1 anger stacks. Enemy gained 3 brittle stacks. Blessed Strike. Int STR1. Make a basic player status. Barrier. Blessed Strike. Enemy takes 4. You gain 2 momentum stacks. You gained Radiant Maze. Plus 3. Deal star 8. Enemy takes 8. Boots of speed. Neutral 1. Active player status. Barrier.
Right,
Stacks 8. Player status. Barrier. Player status. Anger. Player status. Character info. End turn.
Clean hand.
Enemy turn. You gain 2 bleeding stacks. Enemy playing card. Outlaw Alchemy. Lacerating repose. You block the damage. Potion of Vision.
Crunchy deck if you can play your whole hand. That's a crunchy
Enemy deals
deck.
2. Your turn. End turn. Character info. Radiant Maze. Plus 4. Ring of Power. Randomly deal star 6 star damage. Surge of Strength. Neutral 1. Utility Belt. Neutral 1. Active. Safeguard. Int STR1. Gain 1 ward. Draw a card free. Player status. Barrier.
Let's,
Safeguard.
safeguard.
You gained 1 ward stats.
I like protecting myself from status elements.
End turn. Character in Radiant Maze. Plus 4. Boom. Ring of Power. Randomly deal. You heal 5 health.
It's a freebie.
Utility Belt. Neutral. Polish. Player status. Barrier. Polish. Neutral 1. Gain 3 armor for each type of energy you have. 0. Gain a blessing. Surge of Strength. Neutral. I don't have enough energy to play this card. Polish. Neutral 1. Gain 3 armor for each type of energy. Player status. Barrier. Stack. Player status. Anger. Stacks 1. Player status. Momentum. Stacks 2. Player status. Boots of speed. Stacks 3. Activate to gain. You gain 1 haste. Radiant Maze. Plus 4. Bonus. Enemy takes 16. Surge of Strength. Neutral 1. Gain SDR and 1. Character info. Surge of Strength. You heal 1 health. Character info. Polish. Neutral 1. Gain 3 armor for each type of energy you have. 1. Gain a player status. Barrier. Stack. Polish. Neutral. Player health 100. Show deck. Player enter. End turn. Enemy turn. End turn. Enemy playing cards. Sanguine Strike. You take 3 damage. You gain 3 bleeding stacks. Sanguine Strike. You take 6 damage. You take 3 damage. You gain 6 bleeding stacks. Enemy heals 8. Your turn. End turn. Character info. Radiant Maze. +3. Radiant Power. Bonus. Int STR1. Cursed Puzzle Box. Swap the cost of the puzzle box with the card in hand.
Alright,
It becomes
I got
cursed.
puzzle box.
Artifact.
I can use that.
Legendary. Radiant Power. Bonus. Int STR1. Delvis. Radiant Maze. +3. Deal star 7 star damage gain. Radiant Power. Cursed Puzzle Box. Surge of Intellect. Int STR1. Gain INT and 1 focus.
Give
Curse.
that one
Action.
back
Common.
its
Focus.
0
When you
cost.
vortex. Profane Shell. Int STR1. Convert 1 of your afflictions to barrier. Draw a card. Action. Common. Barrier.
I
When
wanna
dealt damage.
turn
Take 1 less damage per
Profane
stack of
Shell
barrier.
free.
Player status. Anger. Profane. Surge of Intellect. Cursed Puzzle Box.
Let's turn
You gain
Profane
Cursed Puzzle Box
Shell
enchantment.
free.
Select card. Radiant Power. Int STR1. Delta Surge if you have an active equipment. Copy. Surge of Intellect. Int STR1. Get Profane Shell. Int STR1. Convert 1 of your afflictions to barrier. Draw a card. Action. Common.
Let's
Surge of
make
Intellect.
that free
Int
so we
STR1.
can
Gain
always
INT and 1
protect
focus.
ourselves.
Profane Shell. Convert 1 of your afflictions to barrier. Draw a card. Cursed. At player status. Anger. Stacks 1 increases. Profane Shell. Convert 1 of your afflict. Player status. Anger. Stacks. Profane Shell. Surge of Intellect. Int STR1. Radiant Power. Bonus. Surge of Intellect. Profane. You gained 1 focus. Radiant Power. Bonus. Int STR1. Radiant Maze. Radiant Power. Bonus. Int STR1. Delta Surge if you have an Radiant Maze. Radiant Power. Select card. Surge of Dexterity. Gain. Surge of Strength. Profane Shell.
These.
Convert 1 of your afflictions to barrier. Surge of Strength. Gain. You heal 1 health. Surge of Strength. Player status. Surge of Strength. You heal 1 health. Character info. Radiant Maze. +3. Deal star 7 star damage. Gain Holy and Profane Shell. Convert 1 of your afflictions to barrier. Drop. Radiant Maze. Enemy take 7. Profane Shell. Convert 1 of player status. Anger. Profane character and end turn. Enemy turn. You gained 1 bleeding stacks.
Alright,
Enemy
now
playing
we can
card.
start getting-
Sanguine Strike. You take 6 damage. You take 1 damage. You gain 6 bleeding stacks. Lacerating Repose. You take 5 damage. You take 6 damage. Enemy heals 5. Your turn. End turn. Character info. Radiant Maze. +3. New. Radiant Power. Bonus. Delta Surge if you. Surge of Strength. Neutral 1. Ring of Power. Randomly deal. Enemy take 6. Player status. Anger. Stack Safeguard. Int STR1. Gain 1 ward. Draw a card free. You gain 1 ward stacks. End turn. Character in Radiant Maze. +3. Radiant Power. Select card. Surge of Dexterity. Surge of Strength. Surge of Strength.
my health
Neutral
up as
1.
much
Gain
as
SDR and 1.
possible.
Fury. Gain 1 anger. You gain 1 anger stacks.
Nice
You take 1
fury.
damage. You heal 3 health. Surge of Strength. You heal 1 health. Radiant Power. Bonus. Int ST. Select card. Surge of
Another
Dexterity. Surge of Strength. Character info. Radiant Maze. +3. Surge of Strength. You heal 1 health. Surge of Strength. You heal 1 health. Surge of Strength. Gain SDR and you heal 1 health. Character info. Radiant Maze. +3. Surge of Strength. You heal 1 health. Character info. Radiant Maze. +3. Enemy takes 8. Player status. Anger. Stacks 2 increase. Player status. Momentum. Player status. Anger. Character info. Player status. Momentum. Stacks 2. Player status. Boots of speed. Stacks 2. You gained 1 haste stacks. Player status. Utility belt. Stacks 2. Activate to draw a card and restore 1. Player health 93. Player health 93. Show deck. Player enter. End turn. Character in Profane Shell. Convert 1 of your affliction. Player status. At Profane. Character info. End turn.
Yeah, this deck is so
End turn.
overpowered.
Enemy turn.
I
Enemy
love
playing
it.
card. Argyle
I
Alchemy.
love Radiant Power.
Lacerating Repose. You take 5 damage. Lacerating Repose. You take 5 damage. Holy Water. Enemy heals 5. Your turn. Character info. Radiant Maze. +4. Deal start. Blessed Strike. Make a basic attack. Gain a random. Surge of Intellect. Int STR1. Gain INT and 1 focus. Dark Blessing. Surge of Intellect. You gain 1 focus stat. Repel. Gain 2 barrier for every. Gain 6 barrier stats. Character in Radiant Maze. +4. Bonus. Blessed Strike. Make a big. Enemy takes 10. Dark. You gain 2 anger stacks. You gained 1 chain stacks. Player status. Anger. Stacks 4. Player status. Momentum. Stacks 2 when at player status. Boots of speed. Stacks 2 activate to gain 1. You gain 1 haste stacks. Player status. Utility belt. Stacks 1 activate. Player status. Folk. Radiant Maze. +4. Deal start. Enemy takes 12. Dark Blessing. Life 1. Gain 1 anger. Character info. Dark Blessing. You take 1 damage. You gained 1 anger stacks. Enemy gain 3 charm stacks. Player status. Anger. Radiant Maze. +3. Enemy takes 11. Player status. Anger. Character info. Player status. And character end turn.
Looking good.
Enemy
Looking
turn.
good.
You gain 3 bleeding stacks. Enemy playing cards. Lacerating Repost. You block the damage. Sanguine Strike. You take 5 damage. You take 3 damage. You gain 5 bleeding stacks. Enemy heals 7. Your turn. End turn. Character info. Radiant Maze. +3. Bonus. Polish. Neutral 1. Gain 3 armor for each type of energy you have. 3. Gain you gain 6 armor stacks. You gain 1 ward stacks. Profane Shell. Convert 1 of your afflictions to barrier. Draw a card. Cursed. Action. Safeguard. Int STR1. Gain 1 ward. Draw. You gained 1 ward stacks. Radiant Maze. +3. Enemy takes 22. Radiant Power. Bonus. Int
Almost
STR1. Delvis Profane Shell. Convert 1 of your afflictions to barrier. Draw a card. Radiant Power. Bonus. Select card. Surge of Dexterity. Surge of Strength. Character info. Radiant Power. Bonus. Int ST. Select card. Surge of Dexterity. Surge of Strength. Profane Shell. Convert 1 of your affliction. Surge of Strength. Gain SDR and 1 health.
Should
Action.
run 3
Common.
Radiant Powers. That'd be so overpowered.
Profane Surge of Strength. You heal 1 health. 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 Character info. End turn. Character in Profane Shell. Convert one of your afflictions to barrier. Player status. And profane shell. Convert one of your afflictions to barrier. Draw a card. Cursed. Character info. Surge of intellect. Int STR1. Players. You gained 1 focus stacks. Player status. Anger. Player status. Momentum. Player status. Character info. Player status. Momentum. Player status. Boots of speed. Stacks 2 activate to gain 1. You gained 1 haste stacks. Player status. Focus. Stacks 3 when you foretell. Player health. Player health 78. Show deck. Player end turn. Enemy turn. Enemy playing card. Outlaw alchemy. Outlaw alchemy. Bottled message. Conjured. Quick fingers. Love potion. Glimmer it to your deck. Player health 78. Quick fingers. You block the damage. Outlaw alchemy.
Pathetic, Garvin.
Healing potion. Enemy heals 15.
Oh,
Your turn.
He's taking every potion he's got.
Player status. Enemy status. Player status. Anger. Glimmer. 1 use. Draw a card. Gain 2 charmed. Corruption action. Common. You gain 2 charmed stacks. Character info. Dark blessing. Life 1. You take 1 damage. You gained 1 anger stacks. Enemy gained 3 burning stacks. Character info. Ring of power. Randomly. Enemy takes 11. Character info. Radiant maze. +3. Neutral 1. Deal. Radiant maze. +3. Enemy takes 12. Radiant maze. Enemy takes 12. Victory. Next. Character info.
Life,
Character info.
I just got too many I got too many things in my bag of tricks.
Player gold 31. Character info. Next. You gain 6 gold. Select a card to add to your deck. Skippable. Skip rewards. Enemy status. Void armor. Settings. Void armor. Int STR1. Gain 10 armor winning. Defiled. Action. Common. Armor. When dealt damage. Take 1 less damage per stack of armor. Frostlands. Deal 2 damage. Seismic slam. STR2. Deal 8 damage. Gain STR whenever this is shuffled into your deck. Rampage. Melee action. Common. Rampage. Cards with Rampage gain double the damage. Enemy status. Player health 77. Show deck. Skip rewards. Character info. Skip rewards. Garden Greaves the leader of the bandit stagger. Continue. Garden Greaves lucky hit. Continue. Garden Greaves let him speak. Finish him. Ellipsis. With a fluent strike you end the bandits. Address the remaining bandits with their former lead. Invite the bandits back as bandits. Most bandits look at it. Continue. Eastern Blightwoods where to next?
Pretty easy. Pretty easy.
Explore the area more. Lead. Return to Bright. Explore the area more. Exploration. Use weapon power. Voracious weapon. Activate to destroy a card in your deck. Passive. Whenever you destroy it. Character info. Player gold 37. Dead end an obstacle block. Dead end an obstacle block. Leave area. Leave this area and venture forth.
How much time we've been playing? I expect it to play a maximum of 2 hours. Let me check. Like an hour and a half. I think we're going to wrap it up right here, folks. Again, this has been Radiant Power, the first OP/broken card in my new series. I'm really loving Infernal Invasions. A lot of decks that didn't work before work well. There's lots of cool new tricks to employ. I definitely encourage you to pick it up for yourself. It's an expansion pack. It's $5.99 and it's 100% worth it. You can find a link to Dawncaster in my description. Hey folks, you can follow me on Instagram, X, Facebook, even join my Discord community. You can comment, you know what I'm saying? Keep up with Heather. And hey, I appreciate all of you. Thank you to Queen Angel for the technical support and all my channel friends. We're in the middle of a subscribe-a-thon, so subscribing to my videos is making all the sense in the world. Gives me an opportunity to get to the point that we can open up a wonderful membership. There's lots of fun things we can do with memberships. So thank you very much, folks. I'm going to wrap it up right here. I'll be back with more TCG Thursday action, even some bonuses. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, until then, truly, dearly, sincerely, I hope you come back to the world of the Shattered. Come back to the Shattered Realm. Come help me defend Umbris. And until then, folks, enjoy the rest of the part of the day it is for you. I'll hear you soon. Take care.
Or quest. Screen recording. Double tap.